Well, hello, extra historians. Welcome to whatever this is. I am so excited that you are here. Welcome to the... I just noticed that I'm not sure if it actually went live at the right point, so I'm just going to say it again. Hello, extra historians, and welcome to whatever this is. My name is Matthew Kroll, showrunner and narrator of Extra History, and we have a special thing for you today that in my tenure, in both of our tenures, we've never done before. We are doing a live stream to announce our 2026 History Happens Everyday calendar over on Kickstarter. A Kickstarter and a Kickstarter? That's crazy. Before we get into all of that stuff, I would like to first introduce our streaming overlord, Will. Will, tell the people about yourself, buddy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Will. I've been the head of live production, I guess, here for, oh God, that's a number. Some number of years that I'm not comfortable with. Matt and I run a weekly breakfast talk show called Games for Breakfast on Mondays. Jeff and I run a show on Thursdays called Design Club. I do a wide variety of stuff over on Twitch, which is where I primarily stream, but I also do stream those talk shows over on the Credits channel. And sometimes I get to do special events like this for this Kickstarter. Speaking of that Kickstarter, Matt, I now notice
yes,
that the time is 1 past the hour.
Wow.
Is it alive?
Do we want to check before we even get into exactly what this Kickstarter is? Maybe some of you backed last year. Thank you so much. Maybe some of you are brand new this time and you're like, why is Extra History live right now? Either way, we should check if the Kickstarter itself is live before we tell everybody what the Kickstarter is. Can we do that, Will, through the power of the internet and anime on our side? I
feel like we probably can. Hold on. I should probably actually refresh this page before I do a move. And so Matt,
I'm ready. My internet body is ready. Let's do this.
Oh God. Oh wait. Hold on. Wait. I pressed the wrong button. It's okay.
Oh no, not the wrong button. I'm gonna kill some time real quick. Oh, we got it. It's live. It's live. It's there.
Is this a Kickstarter?
Is this a Kickstarter? So everybody, welcome once again to us being wacky and doing a history-focused calendar. We did this last year. We actually did a stream only on Twitch last year. Right now, we're simul-streaming to the Extra Credits Twitch channel and the Extra History YouTube channel. Hello to both. Basically, what happens here is we are, and have been for, God, the last 6 months, I think, been producing and designing and making sure that the calendar that we do this year is bigger and better than ever. Basically, the gist of it is that I'm going to use the 2025 calendar as an example because we actually have the finished one here. Please ignore any green screen keying. This is the 2025 one that many of you helped make into a reality. Basically, we've entitled it our History Happens Everyday calendar, meaning that essentially on every day, and you can find out all this info on the Kickstarter page, but I'll talk to you about it here. I don't know how well this can be seen. Probably not that great. It's fine. But every day has its own individual historical fact. There are brand new ones on 365 days of this calendar, so they're not the same. Also, there's specific dates, as you can kind of see a little bit here, where there's pictures. I'm going to move it here. Backwards. Of different things, and that links to a QR code here that you scan that links to various extra history videos that teaches you more about the history on that day. Also, what many of you are here for is the illustrious art. Last year, it went absolutely bonkers. You know, you've seen this. You've seen all this stuff. It came out beautifully, right? But what about this year? This year, artist David Hueso, who will be on with us in 26 minutes approximately, went absolutely ham. And I have some mock-ups here revealed for the first time, unless you are already on the Kickstarter page. Basically, this is a mock-up of our 2026 cover. We've entitled this, I believe, Luminaries, as the original, etc. But yeah, David did an amazing job inserting our bean art style into essentially 12 phenomenal pieces of historical art that are all brand new. And what we're going to be doing today on the stream, Will, actually, I'm going to toss it over to you because we're going to start revealing other pieces of that art in interesting ways when we hit milestones. Will, how exactly is that going to run?
Well, Matt, I'm so glad you asked because I get to push another button. Matt, you made it so I get to push a button. So the Kickstarter is here. The link is in YouTube chat. You can ! Kickstarter over in Twitch chat. If you would like, we're going to have a puzzle. This is one of the pieces of art that nobody's seen before for the Kickstarter, and we're going to give you all a link to do a puzzle to see the art. Because we could just show you the art, but that's boring. We could make you work for the art and do a puzzle instead.
Yeah. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces, and I cannot wait for you to see it. Great question from YouTube over here by Rusty. Will this calendar come out in stores, or is it only available to purchase online? Here's how this works. So actually, as of right now, no, the calendar will not be in stores. We've looked into it, and there's nothing solid here. So for this specific 2026 calendar, it will not come out in stores. However, basically, the only way we can guarantee that you will get your 2026 calendar before 2026 is if you back this campaign. That's a reason why we do this in July, is so we can make sure everything is moving forward in a way that makes sure backers get it before the beginning of the next year, to make sure you get all 12 months of your calendar. Even though with the stretch goals last year, the 2025 calendar, I believe, yeah, it did go to January 2026 with an extra bonus art, which, if you get high enough in this one, maybe it'll do it too. I don't know. But then after that, we will have it available in our store over on Nebula. However, we cannot guarantee that when that goes live, you will get it before January 1st. Does that make sense? It's basically going to be that sort of functionality.
Yep. And we've one of the questions that we've gotten repeatedly as we've been talking with people about the Kickstarter is, will shipping be better to the EU and the UK? And we're so happy to say that the answer is yes. Yeah, we have heard you loud and clear. Shipping to the EU and the UK was kind of expensive last year, and it's much cheaper this year.
Let me look at that breakdown.
That was a priority for us. By the way, if you want to join in on that puzzle, that should be the link, that jiggy.fund link. You all should be able to pop right on in and work on the puzzle.
Yeah. Great question from Olympia, which has nothing to do with the calendar. I'm just a sucker for this. Zoe's doing great. She'll probably pop in at a certain point. I made sure her collar was on. She's work ready. She's around. What else can we talk about here on this lovely calendar day? We have we have different members of the Extra History crew coming in all day. So first, in approximately 22 minutes, artist David Hueso of the art for the entirety of the calendar's main pieces and the piece you are looking at right now. I love that we picked the one with the brownish border, or the brownish sort of around it, so people are going forth.
Listen, Matt, as a professional, I can tell you that chat is like a polar bear, and what I need to do is throw them a frozen pumpkin full of meat, and if the pumpkin is too easy, they won't enjoy it. And there's a very large number of people here, so I figured I might as well make the puzzle difficult so that they would have to collaborate together to do the puzzle. Yeah. I'm evil that way. Hi, it's nice to meet you.
And that makes you good at your job, the amount of evil that you are. Scout brings up a good point in the chat. For instance, if for whatever reason you are unable to help fund the Kickstarter, totally understandable. The world is kind of crazy right now. If you'd still like to help out in a completely non-monetary fashion, one of the things that you can do is tell people about this live stream, which is going until 2 o'clock, and then we're doing I didn't even bring this up. We're doing a special bonus episode of Extra History premiering at 2 p.m. today about one of the specific days on the calendar. It's a full, I think it's 15 plus minutes of actual show that will be premiering at 2 after we're done with this stream. But you can point them to this stream here, or if you want to help us out without giving any money, you can share the Kickstarter link to friends you think might enjoy it and be able to support it, because we can't get the word out nearly as fast as all of you can. Do you know what I mean? So that's a way that you can help out. David's coming up first. Then afterward, we'll have lead extra history writer Rob, I believe at 12:15 Eastern Standard.
Yep.
To talk about the history choosing of the calendar, etc. Somewhere in there, I'm gonna evaporate into the internet ether to continue running and puppeteering things in the back. And our studio director Jeff will be coming and taking my on-camera seat. And he'll be talking about, because Jeff and Kat comes in after. Kat comes in, I believe, at 1:15, I think is around there. I will figure
somewhere in there.
Yeah. Jeff and Kat. So Kat, our social media manager, and Jeff, our studio director, are the behind the scenes masterminds of the way that this thing actually gets made. They're going to be able to tell you all about all of that element of it. I am the wild hype beast that just gets excited and tries to help out where I can in between working on all the episodes and things. So we're going to have lots of information from lots of different people. So for instance, if you have an art question, David's going to have that covered in about 21 minutes. If you have a specific history question around 12:15, Rob will be here to answer those. And if you have production questions, actually, I can probably answer some production questions if we have them now, but the deep dives will be Kat and Jeff later on.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. How's the puzzle going? Puzzle's going. They found the eyes.
Well, I mean, the eyes have it, A, and B, it's the only green in the puzzle.
Yeah.
And there is an intrepid crew working on the border, and to those brave souls, I salute you. The border is the hardest part of this puzzle.
Yeah. Richard just asked, is there a special episode about the history of calendars? Not this year, but if you want a history of calendars, we did one last year. So if you just search history of the calendar, or I think we might have called it how the Pope fixed time. You can search that on YouTube, and that episode is there. I believe we should have. Oh, wow, that number's bigger than I expected it to be right now. Again, we are trying to make $7,500 to get this thing funded. We've been live for 12 minutes. So far, so good. Yeah.
I just felt like showing you all that number because that is a way that I will occasionally gremlin. I will just show you a number.
Yeah, no, I like that. Let's see. I'm just trying to follow chat here on the mixed stream.
Yep.
Yeah, it's called the Pope Fix Time. Cool. Yeah. There you go, Kirby. Deluxe early bird. Let's go. Oh, let's talk about what's in the deluxe. I didn't even do the thing. I'm a little excited.
No, it's fine. I distracted you. Everyone blamed me. I distracted Matt. I showed him a shiny thing of his cat. So
build the cat. Build the cat.
It's like keys.
Yeah.
Here's streamer. Here's streamer.
So if you look at Will, real quick while they're building Zoe, can you scroll to the campaign and go down to some of the pledges here?
I can indeed. Let me swap over to that.
So let's go through them a little bit. So at the $2 mark, that's just sort of like just go back up, scroll up. You missed it. There you go.
I got Kickstarter does that weird bifurcated scroll thing.
What a lovely format. It's also a little blurry for me, so I can't really read it. I'm just judging based on what I
can read it. I
got it. Great.
Okay.
So basically, the Save the Date is a $2 thing where you're just throwing $2 on us to not only support the process and tell us that you like it, even if you can't do a calendar for any reason, but it also lets you, I believe, basically access all the updates and get a chance to vote on the YouTube shorts in the campaign, the specialty Zoe thumbtack that will be used to design the calendar, and a couple other things. So like you get access to at least doing some votes so your voice can be heard on those things. Then the early bird calendar right there for 20 is basically the cheapest we can possibly sell this thing in the year of some Lord 2025. And that guarantees you that you get the calendar, and that is rough. We've kind of explained what that is. You go down to the early bird, or does it just go to the next one? It is, the 2026 calendar. That's once all the early birds are gone, then it's to the price where we actually start moving some stuff for us behind the scenes here. And then the early bird for both deluxe and whatever, deluxe and regular, comes with the same things. It's just early bird, obviously. You've done a Kickstarter before. You get how that works. But what you end up getting there is the exclusive Zoe thumbtack, which everyone will be voting on. Last year, it was a wall pull thumbtack. And I don't know if we can kind of see here. That was the thumbtack that held up last year. You can't. This is a Kickstarter exclusive. The Zoe one will be as well. We made it so, and I'm wondering if that's the wrong side. The pin, it's like a regular pin, but the actual pin part is longer than usual, so it functions as a thumbtack. So you can use it to, like you've never used the calendar before. You put it, in the hole, hangs on your wall. That will be a Kickstarter exclusive that anyone who is backed at any level will get to vote on. And that comes in the deluxe tier, along with, I believe, postcards with some of the art on it, digital posters, digital phone wallpapers, which are incredibly dope. I love seeing all of those sort of reformatted. And my personal favorite for this year, Extra Historians, I'm a bit of a coaster junkie. I get coasters of a lot of different things. My partner, Jamie, does not like all of the coasters that I have. And I, in trying to feed this deep need in the bottom of my soul, was like, what if we made a coaster set based on some of the art that fits the best in a square shape? So that is also included in the deluxe package as well. I cannot wait for you to see these. Also, like, depending on and I know Kat and Jeff will be able to talk about like stretch goals and tiers and stuff like that. Depending on all of that, we unlock more things that will be included in the deluxe package. So instead of like I don't know what the actual numbers are right now, but instead of 4 postcards, it could go up to 5. It could go up to 6. Same with all of that stuff is basically dependent on how much the campaign raises in the next 31 days. Then if you go down, this is the big one. This was an absolute blast to do last year, and we're doing it again. If you pledge $500, I believe this entitles you to basically work with our team and get an extra history short done in the year in 2026 at some point on a topic that you choose. Now, we work with you. We do have approval of it. And if we, for some reason, cannot come to a agreement on it, you will obviously be refunded. But that did not happen last year. It was an absolute blast working with the folks who did this tier to make it. I think, and I'm not sure if this got done in time, but if not, there will be one in a Kickstarter update. We should have a playlist on Extra History of all of the backer designed shorts from last year. Those of the $500 tier. The other sort of slightly complex thing is outside of that $500 tier, as we hit stretch goals across just the general campaign, everyone who pledges will get to vote on specific other extra history shorts. We have, I think, in there Weird Days in History and a couple others like that everyone who backs the campaign will get to vote on. So there'll be bonus stuff that everyone gets to help pick. If you are willing to go nuts and do that high end tier, you get to work with us to design your own short. Yeah, I think that covers most everything.
I'm just gonna refresh this page real quick.
Good. I like what you're doing here.
So
yeah, I should refresh mine because I don't know what it's doing.
Well, the early bird deluxe is sold out, so that's gone.
Okay.
Right. We've got 57 left of the early bird calendars.
Okay.
And we're over halfway to backed in 19 minutes. That's how we're doing, Matt.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
We're doing all right. Odnir apparently got the last
the Discord announcement just went out.
Yeah.
Odin got the last one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chat, I'm gonna answer a general theme of questions that I'm seeing over from the history chat. I see a lot of excellent suggestions for future episode topics. Those are all a patron thing. Our patrons get to suggest and vote on the topics that we do over on the History Channel. And B, not a thing we're doing today. So I appreciate the zeal and enthusiasm that all of you extra historians have for future topics. Not today. Okay? We're trying to... And really, it's a favor to me and Matt. If you've never seen me and Matt do a show together, It is an effort of pure willpower, pun halfway intended, to keep us focused on one thing. Because if we don't focus on the one thing, then Matt and I will end up talking about Elden Ring Night Rain when we're supposed to be talking about, like, the Switch 2. Or like,
well, there is one exception. There is one exception to what you're saying, and that is Rob might have some suggestions for topics.
I feel like Rob's okay. That's different.
Unless your name is Robert Rath.
Right. If your name is Robert Rath, give us all your suggestions. I don't know. So let's check in. That's $5,000. I'm gonna make this go away real quick and check on the willpower and Mattergy. Correct. We're gonna check on this puzzle over here and see how the chats are doing. We got
nothing to see here. The Kickstarter is live right now as of 21 minutes ago.
And it is pinned over in the YouTube chat. If you go up to the top, there's a bit.ly link that should take you directly to the Kickstarter, if that's what you're here for. Wow, we got some good progress going on over here.
Okay. Does anyone, I'm guessing I feel like this is the easiest one to guess, like what piece of historical art we're dealing with here. And when it's complete, you can all enjoy me butchering trying to say the name. That'll be fun. Not the name of the piece, but the name of the piece it was based on.
Do I not know the name of the piece that it was based on? I didn't think it was that bad, but I've also taken French. There's your hint.
Yeah, I have not.
Okay, great.
Whoa, so we just broke 5K. That's good. Last year, I believe we funded in 4 hours. Right? I think that was roughly the name of the game.
It was swift. It was before our live stream was over. It was definitely before the live stream was over. We funded quite 100%
quickly. Taylor, yeah.
Yeah. So you know, it'll be a thing.
So nothing to see here. Do you buy the calendar by pledging money to the Kickstarter? Yes, there are different tiers that basically the baseline one, I don't know if there's any early birds left, but there's either the early bird calendar or the regular calendar. Early bird is how many of these we can sell at the cheapest price before we start going into the negative. So the early bird was 20. I believe the regular is 24. You pledge that $24 and then the shipping, and then you get the calendar, and it is guaranteed if you pledge on the Kickstarter you will get the calendar before 2026.
Yeah. Actually, let's talk about that. Why are we doing a calendar? Like just for people who are like maybe not the most familiar. Why are we doing this?
Okay, so there's a couple different reasons. One, it's super fun. We are a team at Extra History and Extra Credits of around 10 plus people that get to honestly do videos about history and video game design and on occasion mythology and literature. And while the YouTube space is super fun and we love interacting with you all there, we love interacting with our patrons, we love interacting with our community over on Nebula, we love doing stuff over on Twitch. How real talk do I want to get here? The YouTube space, as everyone can know, like literally almost every space right now, is a bit turbulent. Let's just say.
Ooh, good word. I like turbulent.
Turbulent. And we as a studio constantly try to find ways that we can do things that we both really enjoy and that diversify our offerings and the topics that we cover. And we've done a couple things like on the merch side of things. We have mugs in the store. We have Zoe plushies. We have game plushies. We have all of that stuff. We have shirts, Extra History. I think we still have more of those in there. But the one thing that we wanted to try last year doing our first Kickstarter campaign ever with a piece of physical merchandise, because it gets us out of that, the entirety of an online video-based format business model in a sense. And again, real talk, last year's support of the calendar went a long way to making sure that we as a company did fine. It was an incredible, I could not believe the groundswell of support that the Kickstarter came from. And it's really rare that you find a second avenue as a company to help support the people that make stuff that actually that you enjoy doing. So a real boon for us, and hopefully for you, is that this is another way and an interesting way and a different way to support the content that we make and to ensure that we get to keep making that content. I love doing this calendar. This calendar is so fun. Rob and Jeff and Kat and David work so hard on it. The first year, like, we learned so much, and this year it felt like a fine-tuned like machine, and like it was so exciting to watch everyone go again. So yeah, that's kind of the why we are doing it. I'm trying to think also. Oh, and here's something on my side of things, and on Kat's side and on Will's side. This is also a really great excuse to be able to interact with all of you. We're going to be obviously streaming here the entire time, but like through Kickstarter updates, through a couple other places, we're going to be able to actually, like, in realer time than we usually do, interact with the extra history community. We, again, dabble with that over on credits, but we don't get to do that often here. And this is just a really great way to, I don't know, chat with all of you and have us all sort of come together to make a really cool thing. I think that my ramblings hopefully covered what that is. I am nothing if not verbose. Is that the right word?
No, that's good. It was good and complete. So two things. One, the chat's making good progress on this, and two, I'm just gonna go over here. We're gonna press.
Okay. Doing good. We're gonna love to see it.
We're gonna press a little button here.
Hit that button. Oh, that was a bigger button. What button did you hit? Can you hit that button a couple more times and make that?
I just did, Matt.
I'm kidding.
As in we went from $6,197 to $6,305 in the time that it takes to Kickstarter to poll. And then the second one is I saw some people say some magical words.
What words?
In chat. I saw some people say some words in French that sounded a lot like Le Chat Noir. So maybe we should cop to the fact that is, in fact, Zoe in Le Chat Noir. And yes, if you're using that as an art reference, you can probably pull up a copy to help you with the puzzle. I mean,
okay. I could pull up a reference right now, but I feel like that would be cheating.
I feel like
Tell you what. If whenever we hit 7,500, I will hold up the reference for everyone for approximately 10 seconds, as clear as I possibly can.
I love that we're asking people to fund our Kickstarter so we can help them make a puzzle.
With a puzzle, it all plays, Will. We're not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with us.
That's very true. Speaking of that puzzle, let's see how.
Do we have? Speaking of just sort of interactivity and all that jazz, while this is going, do we have any questions before David gets on? Do you think that Will or I could answer about the Kickstarter, about the calendar, about anything that we've sort of touched on so far? I do see other questions in chat that are not calendar related, and I want to make sure we get through all the calendar ones sort of first before we start touching those.
Yeah. Richard, you are correct. This is in part your fault. Although I will also say that when we asked for suggestions and you put that one up, all of us grinned because this was very close to the top of the list of things that didn't quite make the cut last year that we wanted to do this year. Because if you didn't think that when we said art history in the style of art from history in the style of extra history, that all of us went, couldn't we do Zoe as Le Chat Noir? That, like, give us some credit. All right.
I have to say, though, like, once you get this together, there are so many like tiny little extra bits that David put into this art that is an absolute joy. Especially the things around Zoe's head, the red circle, and there's a couple other little things that are just lovely. Also, the texture work. Once you see it all together, it might be hard to see with the compression of a live stream, but that's something that actually I loved, that the calendar last year and the calendar this year was designed with. The art has a very distinct, like, we tried to match the style in which the original art was crafted. So if it's oil paints, if it's watercolor, if it's anything else, we try to match as best as we can in our modified art with our beams.
Yep. We have two very relevant questions that you might be able to speak to or not. How thick is the calendar, like paper type wise?
Ooh, I
don't know poundage. It's quite robust.
I used to know the number, and it might have changed from last year. Kat will know that later, and you can message on Kickstarter to ask that so it doesn't get lost. I will say this is last year's calendar. Oh, and everyone who backed last year, I hope we can do this again. All of these, it's hard to see, are the names of the backers. That the gray, the darker, it's all tiny. It's so lovely to see. I found my name on it. Like right now, like if I'm holding this, like I'm putting a decent amount of pressure to do that. Yeah. Like the cover is slightly thicker, and the pages, actually, is it? Yeah, ever so slightly thicker, but the pages themselves are like a pretty good strength and thickness. I wish I knew the precise thing. Kat will know. But when we did the first one of the things that myself and a few other folks were like, it needs to feel like it has legit. Some heft to it, right? Yeah. Like it needs that. It needs to feel like something that like not only you're proud to hang on the wall, but like the tactile feeling of when you did hang it on the wall was a good time. When you switch the months, you can always be like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Like, you know,
people are asking about dimensions. Sorry, Europeans, it's 14 inches tall, so 28 inches tall when it's open and 11 inches wide. I don't have the centimeters handy. There was also another question from European about, will we have an option to make Monday the first day, because Europeans often reckon Monday is the first day of the week. Unfortunately, no, because that's way more difficult than it sounds, because then we have to lay it out twice, and that's a whole extra thing.
Right.
Though I understand, like your desire is understandable, right? It is just an excessive amount of work. We kind of have to pick one and stick with it. And because we're Americans, we stuck with the American ones.
Someone asked, I'm gonna do a little spoiler. I think I saw this. Hold on. Where are we? I just saw it. Oh, what's today's history? Now, this is subject to change. Yeah. But I actually do. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I thought it was the 18th. Dang it. I don't have today's history. It's not locked yet for 7/22.
So you know what might help if we knew what today's date was?
It's the 22nd, isn't it?
Right. I know. But you thought it was the 18th for a second, and we're
sure.
Here, you know. Yeah.
I can tell you what 7/21. I can tell you what on this calendar coming. This has not been announced anywhere. But the specialty history thing on 7/21, aka yesterday, but next year, I don't know, is Lucy Walker Gaines' first female ascent of the Matterhorn in 1871.
Ooh.
That one is locked in.
Very nice.
History is subject to change. Matt and Will have invented time travel. There we go.
Look, if there were ever, can you think of two people with more Bill and Ted energy on the internet than me and Matt, who would totally go back in time to get Socrates to come on our podcast? Like, I feel
evil robot Will.
Right, exactly, right? We have to go save San Dimas. Like, I don't understand where the question.
We love San Dimas.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be great. Dust, wind, you, right? It'll be fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We are apparently perilously close to being fundad.
Wow. What? So that's 34. Oh, let's check in and see if David is around yet.
I did just check. I do not know. But while that's happening, I'll just put this number up on screen and be totally normal about it, because it's, you know, we've been live for 34 minutes.
So I don't want to speak ahead of the game. It statistically seems as though we might beat last year's record of 4 hours.
It does seem like it's potentially in the cards. Yeah. Maybe. You know, that it's within the realm of the possible.
Hold on. First and foremost, I have to put this up. Janet on YouTube which is, I want to make it very clear. That's how much will it cost? It's $20 if the early birds are still there. It's $24 if they are not. Plus, there's deluxe tiers that cost more. Also, Janet, if you're new here, basically on Twitch, chat is called Brad. On YouTube, chat is called Janet after Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's an old meme, but it still checks out. I love that you're here because it makes the whole thing official.
Yep. And people were mentioning EU shipping costs. They will be lower this year.
Yes,
down.
I say we. Kat has worked very, very, very hard. Again, we learned a lot from last year, and something. One of the friction points was the shipping costs last year. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I am phenomenally. I'm so proud of Kat for figuring all of this stuff out and working with shippers and trying to make sure that it. Look, shipping everywhere right now is also fairly expensive, but the fact that we are able to this time around get cheaper shipping than last time around with the changes in the world, I call that an absolute win.
Yeah.
It was insane when I saw the numbers that Kat said, and I was like, wow, she did a phenomenal job.
Kat is absolutely one of the people without whom we could not have done all of this. Yeah. She is the queen of Kickstarter in the background, working tirelessly on social media updates and Kickstarter updates. She'll be on later to answer specific questions about the Kickstarter itself. But she's fantastic, and we could not do this without her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're still hunting for a David. Will, if you wouldn't mind, because I can't pull that thing up, or maybe you can't either. Can you check the timetable email thing? Make sure that we didn't cross wires there.
Yes. Let me go and check the email while I'm doing that.
Here's Arathi asks, for the $500 package, can we get a short made for any topic we ask you guys for? Yes, asterisk. Here's how that works. We basically work with you. We ask you to submit 3 short form topics. Basically 1 or 2 sentences breaking down the history that you'd like us to cover. Then Rob and I and the team go through and see which one of those we think would work best in the format, and we come back and say we'd like to do this. Here's the bend on it. You say yay or nay. We work back and forth, and we go from there. We did this last year, and as a caveat, if for whatever reason we cannot come to an agreement on what that is, you will obviously be refunded, and that will be that. That did not happen last year. It was an absolute joy to work on all of the shorts last year. I think the submitting 3, having us pick 1, you could say actually like which one's your favorite 2 to kind of like trying to sway us. And that process seemed to go really, really smoothly. Yep. So that is how that works, should you choose to be so generous and do that.
Yep. Yes, Matt, it was we did have the correct time in the email. Although time zone conversions are.
Yeah, Mr. Reaper, thank you so much. I appreciate, we all do appreciate, and from everybody too, the well wishes and who got the calendar last year and who's psyched for this year. Last year was like us proving we could do it, and this year, like, I just feel like it's cranked. Like, it's what the joke we've been saying in some of our reads that you'll hear in some upcoming episodes to advertise the calendar is we've cranked this to 2026. It's been so fun.
Matt.
Oh God, did we do it? Did we do it in 39 minutes? No, you know what? No, we didn't. You did it in 39 minutes. You all did this in 39 minutes.
We were just funny and handsome and sat here and did puzzles and talked to y'all, and y'all decided to be absurdly generous.
The last 3 of those 5 facts are true that Will just said.
Sure. Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah. Wow.
So now we do get to mention that we're not done there. That means that the calendar is going to exist.
That means that everyone who is pledged will get a calendar.
Right. But we do have as we go down. Let me scroll on downsies to some of these.
I will show the picture in a second, Thunder. Don't you worry.
Add-ons. We got some stretch goals. Right. We're gonna be at $10,000. Everybody At the calendar tier is going to get $5 of Nebula Store credit, and at Deluxe tiers is going to get $10 of Nebula Store credit. And if you're not familiar with the Nebula Store, you should be, because the Nebula Store is dope. So you're essentially, if you tell all your friends to back the calendar, you're going to get store credit back for your effort.
That is true. We are officially bribing you. I don't know how this works. What's the legal word for bribing? No. I'm trying to think of. Let's see here. Yeah. So that's the next goal is 10,000. Those will be tacked on to the to those tiers of things.
Yep. And we're that number's still moving. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Great. Awesome.
Rock and roll. So we went from around 4 hours last year to 39 minutes this year.
Yep.
Kat, I don't know if you're watching. I guess we need to send out an update.
I know that Kat and Jeff were working ahead of time because
yeah, but they didn't know the number. They didn't know when it would hit.
Sure, but like the updates are largely written, which is good because your generosity blew us away. We did not anticipate this, but we wanted to be prepared in case it was so. And that is an important thing. Yeah. The mods in both chats have links to the puzzle if you want to go. Oh,
I have to hold it up.
Yeah. You gotta show off the history du chat.
So again, I'm so sorry. The green screen might mess it a little bit, but Zoe Noir.
Ooh, okay.
That is what we are looking at.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple really fun details that David put in here. I don't know which finger is going to move. Like, I love that the S in History of Cats is the tail.
Yeah.
And the detail you're not going to be able to see here, but you're starting to see in the picture putting together is all the little things in the red halo.
Uh-huh.
I also just love that it's extra history crossed out and it's cats.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things here.
Yep. We have Zoe's food bowl and fish in sort
and
of.
She does have the Ryle. The Ryle on the back.
Yep. Is very good.
All right, that's all you get. That's all you get, chat. I'm bringing it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Damn it! The technology is too complicated.
Yeah. Sasquatch, if we ever do a Kickstarter that only takes 40 seconds to fund, I will sit in quiet awe of the fervor and generosity of the people that have chosen to support us. Like, I hope we're funny guys on the internet, right? And I hope it comes.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that word. I don't know if that word means what you think it means.
We have been most accurately compared to Statler and Waldorf.
Sure, that's fine.
That is true. But I hope it always comes across that we are truly grateful for all of the support that you all put forward when we do something silly like, hey, we've got a calendar of like interesting mashups of history and this animated art style from that YouTube channel. And then the thing that continues to boggle my mind is that people spend money on that and put it in their kitchens and they look at it every day for a year. Like, that is a humbling experience that, like, something that now granted, I'm the live stream guy. I didn't work on that, right? I just help show you all of these cool things, right? But like knowing that something I was involved in, however tangential, is in kitchens and like offices around the world,
bathrooms. Wild. I don't know your life. Like, it could be anywhere in the home or office or place that you like looking at dates.
Yeah. Yeah. I like professional online haha men. Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's what it is. I also did like GJ's troll here, which was just dog. How very Elden Ring. I appreciate that very much.
She's not wearing a Pope hat though. She needs.
That is true. It's not. Oh man, Zoe as Turtle Pope would also be awesome.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. When this is completed, I promise this to everyone. If this is a motivation to get you through this puzzle, I will go get Zoe. She might not be happy. She might be sleeping in her cat tree. I will go get her as soon as this puzzle is finished.
You heard her, chat. Mods, can we repost the link for anyone who wants to get in? By the way,
Yeah.
in case you're wondering or trying, it is locked. Once you've put the piece in the completed puzzle, those lock down so that you can't accidentally shift the puzzle while someone's working on it.
Yeah.
We discovered this a long time ago.
Luna, that's a great point as well. My old calendar is going to be a rotating piece of art once I get this one. Yeah, like the way that it is structured, you can very easily, with a little bit of elbow grease, essentially turn these into framed things. Like once the month is done.
I remain optimistic. I will put this in my giant pile of the art projects I optimistically believe that I will one day do. Which is, I would really like to put this on I would like to take because each art piece has a calendar page on the back, right? Each art piece could be separated. I'm thinking about putting it on MDF and turning them into actual jigsaws. Because you can put it on MDF and turn it into an actual homemade jigsaw puzzle. I'm a little tempted.
Side note, Scan, I don't know if you're setting me up perfectly for this or if this is just also a great question. Westlock incident on the calendar. What is that? At 2 p.m., we will have an extra history about that very incident right after this live stream. It'll go live. And we're doing our first, I think, premiere. So like Will and myself and Kat and a few other people will be in chat while that episode airs.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Zoe has been completed, but the piece has not been completed.
You got all of this big, unfortunately large, like beige area to work on. So, get your best shape comparator things on. I will tell you that there is a gradient. You are mercifully saved by the gradient here. There's like a darker beige up here and a lighter beige down here. So, good luck.
David should be joining us shortly. I just got word. Before he does, I think it's been a half hour or 45 minutes, and I haven't done the thing I told Jeff I would do, so I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. If you're just joining us, we are kickstarting a Extra History 2026 History Happens Every Day calendar.
Yeah.
You might get sick of this if you've already heard it, but there are new people rolling it all the time. Basically, we did this last year. It is a 12-month calendar. Last year's did sort of stretch to 13 due to all of your generosity, where basically classic art is reimagined in based on around episodes that we've done, is reimagined in our Bean Art style. So last year, I mean, on the cover of last year's calendar, if I could find it, was obviously Joan of Arc put in place, of Adam, all that jazz, right? This year we have a bunch of different ones. Again, this will be our cover for this year. This is talking about, basically we're riffing on the History of Coffee series, but there will be 10 other pieces that will be for you to look at whenever the months hit. Also, every day we'll have a new historical fact on it, different from 2025, and certain days will be marked with pictures on the calendar. You can check that out on the Kickstarter page to see exactly what I'm talking about. That means you can scan the QR code at the bottom and go to videos that link to history about those days that we've done in the past. Hey, Dave. So David's in chat. David, can you hear us?
Oh, of course I can.
Excellent.
Okay, David's here. David's here.
Good evening for me. Good morning for you guys.
Good morning. He's a little quiet for me, Will. How is he for stream?
I am working on that now. This is one of the reasons why we've chosen to do it in this fashion. You can adjust his individual user volume in Discord for you.
I got you. Cool. And then I'll make sure to put his little head up there.
I am, in fact, putting his little head up there.
Love it.
No, I need my head for things, please.
You do need your head for things. Yeah. David, how the heck are you, buddy? Happy Kickstarter Day.
Happy Kickstarter Day, Matt and Will. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. We've been working for 6 months. 6 months for this. It's very, very I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, as we are.
I'm very happy, and I can't wait to see people enjoy this and share it and see how it goes, and I don't know, like I have sleep too because I worked very hard yesterday night and now I'm just slowly awaking.
Nice. I hear that. Well, listen, there's been lots of love for you in the chat and all the art for last year and all the art they've seen for this year. David, we funded in 39 minutes.
I already checked. Like, I went to the Kickstarter immediately when I entered, and it's like it was amazing to see that we just funded.
We slayed, and by we I mean they. The community slayed last year's record by like 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, that's amazing.
I do have. I'm going to bring up two questions. You may also notice that occasionally I will be taking the role of the Will Rax who speaks for chat. Lemongrass has a great question. What are you gonna do with the 2 Januaries? Will they be different or the same?
Interesting question. Well, first and foremost, if you backed last year's January, I am 95% sure about this. This year's January, the January 2026 in the 2025 calendar and the January 2026 in the 2026 calendar will be different dates.
Well, they'll be the same dates, but with different information.
They'll be the same. Sorry. Well, they'll be the same dates on different days with different information.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong on that, I don't think I'm wrong on that.
Okay.
But there'll be other people coming on the stream to say Matt was wrong about that. I do not believe I'm wrong about that.
Okay. And then
I am 100% sure that I believe that I am not wrong about that.
Okay, that's a good level of surety. And then the other one is, but is October 31st still labeled as Zoe's birthday?
Okay, so as of now, no, because I wanted to be able to say that every date was a new day, right? Like a new fact. However, I think I might try to weasel like on that specific day, like a paw print or something that is relevant to those in the know.
Yeah.
What is there?
I think it needs to. I think having Zoe's like little paw prints in places. Yeah. There was also a question that I saw.
It also, sorry, Will, it will be a different picture. Last year, the 13th month again. Oh God, I love this one. David,
yeah. The Pacific one.
Played this.
That was very fun to make. Yeah.
Sorry for the green.
I love that one too. The Great Wave with everybody, every character from the Pacific series. It was very, very fun to do.
I'm just gonna bring us up for a quick update here. We're at $8,909. And the early bird calendar is sold out. So now we only have the 2026 calendar and the 2026 calendar deluxe. All early birds are gone. I do want to, I'm just going to go down here and check. Yeah, we have one of our make your own histories has been backed. There are one person has backed the make your own history tier at the $500 level, which is wild. I'm so excited to see what those 8 shorts are. Oh, they're going to be so good.
Is that person in chat right now?
Yeah.
I would love to say hi, congratulations, and there'll be contact information going out. Real quick, Pat Dragon in chat says they never received their 2025 calendar. If that is the case for any reason, go through Kickstarter and contact Kat. Checks that daily. The link maybe got lost in either the process in an email or something. We have them in stock for you. We sent out a bunch of different notifications over the year, but those can go to spam. Those can do a lot of different things. So still reach out. That exists somewhere and it is yours. So please. Please reach out and get that.
Yep. Matt, you may also need to go.
God, that's moving quickly.
Well, we may have given more people the link to the calendar or to the puzzle, even if the puzzle is currently very PvP enabled. This is why we lock one corner, by the way. I find the EH watermark, and that corner starts locked so everyone can build off of it, because otherwise you can imagine that the whole puzzle would be shifting around quite rapidly as this goes on.
So is this going to be a yearly thing? It'd be cool if there was a yearly thing, because I've been watching the channel a long time. Thank you for helping and supporting my love for history. Stay awesome. Thank you, Big Head. We're focusing on, here's what I'll say. We did it last year. We're focusing on this year. We love doing it. We're going to see. I don't want to promise anything, but I can promise that since we have funded, everyone who has pledged will get a calendar by 2026.
I love the stall on the last piece, trying to be the person to finish the puzzle. By the way, I see you. All right.
Fantastic.
Will and David, hold down the fort. I promised I'd go get Zoe. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well, this has been amazing to see, and also it's amazing to see how many people came to back to just pledge this year. I didn't think that would be so fast.
Yeah, it is truly, it is truly wild how quickly we're at $9,000 already. A reminder that our first stretch goal is at $10,000. So,
what is the first stretch goal?
The first stretch goal is that we're going to be giving everybody some Nebula store credits. Oh, there she is. And Matt, I made you big so that everyone can see her in all of her glory.
Hi, Zozo.
And she's even dressed for work.
Yeah. Look, she looks just like it. David, you did a great job.
That's my boss. Hello, Zoe. EC CEO.
Yep.
Right.
Owner of the company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that what you think?
She's being uncharacteristically quiet, by the way. And she's also uncharacteristically staying away from Matt's beard. If you've ever seen Zoe...
I lifted her up. She was dead asleep. So she's like, what is happening right now? We funded, bud. Yeah.
Matt.
Yes.
What puzzle should we do next? Should we do...
Ooh, Zoe, which one should we do? Actually, no, David's here.
David.
Let David pick between the ones we have.
Yeah, so of the first 5... I have.
You can also back channel with him on Discord, so we don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a list on Discord real quick, and you can pick which one we do. Okay.
More puzzles. She's so sleepy.
I picked. Just like me. Sadly like me.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay. Here you go, bud.
Thank
you for coming.
Yesterday, I was working on a new episode of Extra Credits. Yesterday night, and
looked great this morning. I sent in my stuff.
Yeah, I know, and it's been such a great episode because I love the theme of the episode. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody will know what I'm talking about soon. I think the second one will be a big challenge, and also it's been one of the most creative, at least for me, to put together in this year because of the theme and the artist. Actually, he's a Spaniard like me, so he was a Spaniard like me. So,
David,
so yeah.
I sent to you in your Discord DMs the second one. The second one? Okay, great, awesome. Yeah. I like that one too, just because it's a very weird puzzle. All right, chat.
Yeah.
David has decided that you all are deserving of a challenge.
Nice.
So, I will...
Is the challenge getting all the cat hair off my face? Because
Probably.
I want to just scratch now, and that's not good for anyone.
That's probably correct. All right, great, awesome. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna back channel the room name to the mods as I find and lock the bottom right corner.
Doride, silly thing I was wondering around the Kickstarter site, found the FAQ. Why are there 2 "Who is Zoe" questions? I don't know. We can look into that. Maybe that's just a typo.
Okay, great. I have...
We'll flag it.
Sent to... I have sent to the mods the thing in question. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna...
It's such a good answer. It deserves to be answered twice. It's such a good question.
Yeah.
All right, there's the new puzzle.
The new puzzle is up. And you all can now... Whoa.
as we start this puzzle, and if you're having fun with this stream and want to help with the calendar without spending another dime, if you would be so kind to tell people about it, either now during the stream or throughout the month that this campaign is live, it would mean the world to us. It means Zoe's doing something in this room and I can't hear or see her, but I hear something happening. Could be my green screen coming down any minute. It would mean the world to us because it not only does it mean we get to do more cool stuff with the campaign, but it also means you get more cool stuff with the campaign and the deluxe tiers and what we can offer. Also, a thing I didn't mention before, if you, for instance, like the deluxe tier is by far the cheapest way to get the majority of all of the offerings that come with the calendar. There will be an add-on section for just if you ordered a regular calendar and like you just wanted a pin, I believe. It does, like if it's just you just want one thing, I think it's cheaper to do that way. But there's somewhere where around 2 or 3 things, either postcards, coasters, pin, whatever, that it becomes not cheaper to a la carte them. Like that's how it was designed. So just something to think about as you're thinking about your pledge.
Yep. Someone was asking about how long the stream is. We're gonna be here until about 2 p.m. Eastern in about 2 more hours. We did like an all-day thing last year and found that was too much hype. It was too much. So we have decided that we're gonna do a short little one to get this thing started off right, show you all a bunch of art, and leave you all with wanting more.
That's right. Is the calendar a roguelike? No.
It's the same every time.
It's the same every time you look at it.
Yeah, at least for now, you know, like
right. Who knows if we ever did this again?
Yeah,
we're doing the first.
What genre
is the calendar this year?
So what was the question again, David? Sorry, you broke up.
What genre of games is?
What genre of games is the calendar?
Yeah, if it's not a roguelite, what?
Interesting question.
Is it an immersive sim? My favorite type of game.
It could be an immersive sim. It could be not an RTS, not a puzzle game. It could be almost
it's a hidden eye game.
A hidden eye game or a walking sim because you're just like slowly moving through the information and taking it as you go.
It's a VN.
It's a choose your own adventure, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, because this year everyone gets to choose their own adventure.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's right. Well, they will with the shorts that they vote on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See how much faster chat goes when I don't give them a first puzzle whose entire border is various shades of beige.
Amazing.
Look,
amazing.
There's a beautiful synthesis. All of David's art is amazing. Not all of it makes good puzzles. Because some of it is just shades of beige. There's a piece that you may have seen on the Kickstarter page itself called Luminaries. We did that one, and chat hated me because there's part of that picture that's just beautiful Van Gogh style gradations of blacks and blues, and chat lost their mind for about 45 minutes trying to get the gradients to all line up to do the puzzle. So all of David's art is amazing. Not all of it makes great puzzles.
Yeah.
To be fair, the artist that made the art that I made a rendition of is amazing. It's amazing. I just made a rendition of that artist art. To be fair, like to step on the shoulders of giants, basically.
Nice. Has this piece of art, Will, to the best of your knowledge, been revealed at all in the campaign yet?
To the best of my knowledge,
maybe in a time. Who knows?
Yes.
I answered my own question.
Yes, it is. It is on the Kickstarter page right now.
This is one of my absolute favorites, David. This was such a
But
phenomenal.
By the way, Matt, just so you know, the list of art that I have that we're choosing from is things that are already on the Kickstarter page, because I
Copy that.
I checked and double checked, because the last thing I want to do is step on one of Cat's stretch goal reveals, because then yep.
Lemon, we should make puzzles. You'd buy them. It's been talked about. It will, it's something that is really good, both I think for us as a company and for anyone engaging with a Kickstarter like this, is that we understand that especially nowadays, price is an issue. Along with shipping price is an issue, even though we've done a lot of good work. I even saw a friend from Poland is here. If you're interested in a calendar, we have reworked shipping to be cheaper to many, many places. You could check at the bottom of the Kickstarter for that. But when the second we start doing like physical boxed goods, like beyond flat pack with maybe a pin, it starts getting more complicated. That's not to say we wouldn't do it, but I don't know. I think these as puzzles would be phenomenal. And maybe there's something we can explore there in the future for either a store thing, a Kickstarter, or even like if we wanted to. Now I'm just making stuff up, like try to work a retail kind of thing for that sort of stuff. But that's something that might be workable because you you talk to distributors and retailers, etc. We actually, oddly enough, have a extra credits coming out in 2 weeks, the one before the one you're working on now, David, that talks about a lot of the changes in physical media or physical games and game type things, the spaces that designers, publishers, and distributors have to maneuver through right now. So we'll be deep diving that in August.
I would like to know, because actually, like my night job, my day job is extra credits, but my night job is working for role-playing games and illustrating books for D&D and Shadowrun, and you know about this. So and it's hard. Lately they having a very, very hard time. Video game industry right now is destroyed in different ways, but like retail, like I mean the tabletop and book RPG book games are also very, very hurt about how to ship and how to make books happen.
We talked to a friend of the channel, Eddie Webb, who writes a fantastic RPG.
Eddie wrote the episode I'm talking about that's coming up.
Yeah, called Pugmire. And he and Jeff and I actually sat down for a talk a while ago about what is the state of global shipping of goods related to games and how that's to put it mildly, a bit of a mess. A bit of a mess right now.
Side note, to switching topics ever so quickly, Kat has informed me of something.
Are we at 10?
Kat has informed me that the actual vote for what thumbtack will come with the Deluxe and be available as an add-on has gone live. So if you have backed the Kickstarter, Will, can we go to the Kickstarter page real quick and scroll down to the Zoe pins?
I can.
Again, it will be the version of last year we did Walpole, which is lovely. This is Allie, our thumbs, also extra history artist, designed this thumbtack. Again, it has a extra long tack bit, so you can put it in your wall. Okay, well, everyone gets Nebula credit now. Nebula store credit unlocked on the tier list. That is amazing. We'll talk about that in a second. These are the 3 different pins that you can vote on. I believe the vote will be going for a while, so you have some time. But it is either it's just a Bill Zoe, Shakespeare Zoe, or hanging around history Zoe. And that one of those will be the pin that we make that is available in this Kickstarter campaign.
Yep. Okay. I think, by the way, I'm totally going to hijack a comment from chat because it's been a half hour. Ion says, I just joined. What's happening? Matt, could you let everyone know, especially those people that just joined this wacky stream, what the heck is happening?
Sure. Welcome. Hi, hello, extra historians. I am Matt. That is Will. David's with us too, extra history artist and artist of this calendar. And we are making a 2026 History Happens Every Day calendar. I don't know if you're familiar with us doing it last year, but we did it for 2025. In 2024, we did it for 2025. And now we are doing it again for 2026. The basic breakdown is it is a calendar with 365 historical dates for you to learn new history every day. This one will have new dates, new facts on each day from the last year's one. Also, every one of the, it's getting really hard to see here, but you can see it better on the Kickstarter. On the actual calendar part, there are pictures that are a little bit faded, right? So basically on any of these dates, you go down here, scan the QR code, and it will take you to a video that pertains that we've done to that day's history. Also, there is amazing art. Again, David Hueso is with us in voice chat right now. That is basically takes on other historical painting, famous art, etc. That now is done in our Bean Art style. And there's a bunch of other things in this campaign. The pin to hang it with, you're voting on right now. There are postcards, there are digital wallpapers, there are digital posters. There are now coasters, baby. We're making coasters because I have a problem. There's lots of stuff. So
that Matt likes a lot of beverages and doesn't have enough coasters, by the way.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's the sole reason we're doing it. Yeah, no, we've absolutely and as of now, because the community crushed the goal in 39 minutes, anyone who pledges will get their calendar if they pledge for that calendar. Yeah, that's what's going on, Ion. I hope that makes enough sense. We have another guest with us.
Say hello, disembodied voice.
Hey.
Can you hear me? Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Hi.
Hi, Rob. How's it going?
Hi. Wait, can you see me as well?
Oh, do we have to do the switch over to that video thing?
Yes,
okay.
we're gonna have to do.
I'm still adjusting, so I kind of wanted to make sure you couldn't. Really?
Okay, great. So we can hear you now, but we cannot see you.
Well, I will,
Okay.
Rob, I will DM you, and we'll get all that set up while we're hanging out and talking about the Kickstarter.
For those of you who don't know, but I imagine everyone who's here does, Rob is the lead writer of Extra History and the man, the myth, the legend behind finding all of these historical facts and the nearly every one of the videos that we reference. Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, Rob walked away.
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh,
I'm
AirPods.
It is summer, so I can't guarantee there's not going to be an invasion of child vandals at some point, but I'm good.
Good. I'm glad. And vandals come, we'll deal with it. Rob and David and Will and chat. And by that I mean chat and the community crushed the 10K goal of doing it. And again, still under the time we took to fund last year. Meaning everyone, let me just double check here. Everyone who gets a standard calendar gets a $5 credit for the Nebula store, and everyone who does a $10 calendar or a deluxe calendar gets a $10 credit for the Nebula store. And the next stretch goal at 15,000, which I will, if we make it before the stream is over, I'll try to think of something fun to do. That is also basically we get extra daily happenings, essentially more linked in that QR code special image chosen dates on the calendar. So it will link to more videos. Plus there's one new table coaster, one new phone wallpaper, one new digital poster for the deluxe tiers and available in the packages for add-ons. Yeah. So yeah.
Sorry,
David, real quick.
Yeah. I'm explaining camera stuff to Rob. So if you could,
you got it. No, we're fine. We're fine. This is why it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a stream.
Wait, hold on.
David, on your end of things, you did this last year. You did it this year. What have been I kind of a two-part question. What has been like the most fun, not necessarily like a piece you've done, but of the process, and then what's been sort of the most challenging piece of the process?
David?
If you're talking, David, we cannot hear you.
Well,
check. Did we lose a David?
I think we might have lost a David.
We lost a David.
Oh no, we lost him to the internet demons.
Chat, Brad, Janet, find David.
That's your new job.
We need David. I'll message him and I'll see what's what.
Are you able to? Great question from chat. While we're working on this, am I able to add add-ons after I hit the button?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe you are able to add add-ons after you hit the button. The only thing, and we were trying to work through this, I saw this from another question before. The $2 tier, I am not sure can add things like just getting the pin or just getting whatever. It's possible I'm wrong, and Kat will know that later. And the reason for that is it's not categorized as a good. Like in the Kickstarter system, there's something odd about the structure of it that doesn't let us do it unless she found a workaround. I know she was looking for a workaround. I don't know if that was found, but also we'll keep looking as the campaign goes. But you can do add-ons after you hit the button. I believe you can up your pledge. You can do all that stuff. So you could even, if you wanted to, do a $2 now and change it later to a higher one. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're back,
now
David.
we can hear you.
Yeah. How you doing?
Did you hear my question before?
Yeah. I heard your question. So to be a little bit like boring, I will say that every different like piece has been a little bit of a challenge because we had to tackle different like issues with every piece, like or like challenges, like artistic challenges. That's my like favorite bit, like to tackle, like actually like seeing a puzzle being made. For me, making illustrations is a little bit of a puzzle too. Like you have to first like decide, and when I say I mean we, because my art director has been Jeff like last time, and Jeff is a fantastic art director. Is he usually comes with very good ideas and very good. He's very incisive in the way of like implementing those ideas, and you know, with this one, for instance, being our style like didn't fit, like, and I told him this is not going to fit, and he said, okay, we'll do what it would fit. So he gave me the freedom to just come up with a style that is amazing. And he gave me like a lot of freedom and a lot of but when I got stuck and I was like I don't know how to follow up this, I usually went with him and he went like, okay, what if we do this, or what if we do that? Matt does that all the time too in episodes. Like usually, like you both have the amazing talent to go and say, okay, the path of least resistance is this, so let's go this way, and usually works very well.
Yeah, we try to do that. We try to make sure that, like, or at least I can only speak for myself giving notes. I try to make sure two things happen whenever a note is given. One, if it's something that is farther off from what we've started with, I give an actual idea, not just like, oh, this isn't it. Like, I'll always try to brainstorm, like, oh, what if it's this? What if it's that? Because I've gotten so many notes in my professional life where they're like, this isn't an alligator. And I'm like, yeah, what? Like, okay, what do you want it to be? And the second thing is, and the second thing is time. Like, there's times where on all of our projects, I feel like no matter where we land and what point of the process it is, we only have so much time to work on so many things. So yeah, I would love everything. I keep using the word alligator like it's the pinnacle of everything artistic, but I'd love everything to be an alligator, but we don't have time to make everything an alligator. So what if like there's 3 alligators and a crocodile? Does that work? Like, you know, and it kind of.
But the amazing bit is that you give an idea like that is possible to do. Like instead of saying, well, it's not an alligator, you fix it. It's usually you go like, okay, it's not an alligator. Maybe you can make it like this shade of green or this shape, or change it like that. You know, so Jeff and myself, like we work on every piece in that way. And also he made me from the beginning part of the process with Rob of choosing the pieces and telling me, well, what is your favorite artist? Is that artist known to people worldwide? I try to push obviously for Spanish artists, not because we had the best artists of the world. Like, fight me.
You're not biased at all.
Yeah, no, but we have very good artists. Like,
Nice.
history-wise. Dali, Picasso, Sorolla, like, just to say a few. So it's just like, and yeah, like, every piece is different because, like, we approach it from the point of view of this needs to be recognizable, and also needs to be a bean piece, and also has to be something beautiful and that you can look for a month and not get tired of looking at it for a month. So that was amazing. Like the and also feeling safe to make decisions, and then being like supported by your client, like is that's an amazing feeling. And not only that, like everybody is like, oh my god, this is amazing, oh this is beautiful, and I'm always like doubtful of it, because artists are like that, and or at least I'm like that, and everybody's like, oh it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's amazing. It was like, I just did what it says in the tin that I had to do.
Right. Oh, exactly. Real quick before this goes away in chat, I know Nova, our wonderful mod, and someone were talking about shipping to India. I know that the India prices are not on the Kickstarter. I just double checked. That does not mean we can't get a quote for you. So when Kat gets on here too, we can figure that out as well. Or you can message on the Kickstarter or ask a question, and Kat will get back to you. Again, this campaign is running for 31 days, so we can figure out what that is, and we'll let you know, and you can make your decision there. If there's not a place that you see on the list of shipping costs, that does not mean we cannot ship there. That means that we have to do some digging to find out if we can and how much that would be. And we're happy to do it. So just message in the Kickstarter, and Kat will get to you as soon as we can. Sorry, yeah, no, but you didn't have that information.
Yeah.
So
all right. Now I'm going to seamlessly pivot, as only I, your intrepid live stream producer guy, can. David, thank you so much for joining us. We've got Rob all set up, so we're gonna do a quick change-a-roo.
Fantastic.
David, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
David, buddy, so fun. Let's play some Night Rain soon.
Yeah.
It'll be my pleasure. Thanks a lot for making this happen, everybody. Muchísimas gracias por darnos vuestro apoyo. It's amazing. Thank you for giving us your support. Have a good day. Que tengáis un gran día. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks, David.
See you,
We'll
David.
talk soon.
Bye.
All right. And now, through the magic of the internet, I bring to you Rob. Behold.
Behold, Rob. Are you beholding?
How is everyone?
Have you beheld?
Consider
I
behold.
have beheld. I've been beholden, I think, more. But yeah. Here I am from Extra History headquarters, Mid-Atlantic. We always see relatives in the summer, so I always end up doing a couple of video things in a relative's basement.
I love it. I have been there, not that specific pace, but that specific situation many times. Rob, welcome to the stream. We funded in 39 minutes.
It's incredible. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm thrilled. Oh wow, yeah, and we're over 10,000. I hadn't clicked over.
I haven't refreshed it in a hot minute.
Yes,
either.
we are in fact over the $10,000 stretch goal, so everyone will be receiving some Nebula credit, which they could spend on merch from any of the amazing content creators over at Nebula, or you could spend towards getting Zoe merch, because
either way. Oh yeah, we do have other pins over there too, as Rob is saying. Oh, but there's other creators too,
which I like to use as notebook pulls. I don't use pins on my clothing, but I love to do custom notebook stuff with them.
You know what I've done with our pins? I've clipped the pin, because I don't wear a lot of pins on my jackets. I've clipped the pins and super glued magnets to them, and then put them on different appliances around my apartment.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Doride, I don't know how much an EC mug is. I'll look that up for you right now. Rob, talk to us a little bit about this year's process of going through and picking new dates and all of the intense amount of research that needs to be done in order to pull off this Herculean feat.
Yeah, well, so we have 8 dates every month that are linked to videos. We, of course, are going to privilege new videos in those because that's the easiest way to not repeat from last year is like, look at, hey, what did we do in the last year? Mm-hmm. And that includes a lot of shorts. I think we have Goodwin Wharton's birthday as one of them. And we, diving back in, seeing what we did not link to last year, or maybe like a series we linked, but this is a different part of that series. So it's really heavy organizational stuff. And the dates that are not linked are not necessarily going to be linked to a series we've done. So we can also be like a little more free with what we're citing, something else that's interesting that maybe we haven't done a series on yet. And actually we have some things, one of the reasons that we haven't just released all of the calendar months is that we do have some upcoming videos that are linked. And for example, we had a few people asking at the beginning of the stream, what is the Westlock incident? And you can find out in an hour and a half.
That's right. We're doing a lot. As many of us will be here as possible for that premiere. I will be back by then. I will not guarantee anyone else, but we're premiering that episode, which we've been psyched to release for a long time. I'm very happy it's finally happening right now.
Yeah, this was a long-term wish list topic for me. It's something that I heard about growing up in Hawaii. So the basic gist of it is this is the second Pearl Harbor tragedy, which is a mysterious explosion that happens in West Lock of Pearl Harbor while they're preparing for the invasion of the Northern Mariana Islands that ends up killing just a ton of servicemen and leading to a horrific disaster that then gets covered up by the U.S. government for very understandable reasons, which is if they publish something about this, then it's a tell that they're about to launch an invasion of the Northern Mariana Islands. Yeah. So I actually used to hear about this from my grandparents who were, civilians during the war, and my grandfather was an oil worker, so he did stuff at Pearl Harbor involving the oil terminal. And it was, there were just these rumors of like, yeah, there was this big explosion at Pearl Harbor and a couple of people got killed, and because you could hear it from 15 miles away. This is like an enormous ordnance detonation. But nobody knew until the 60s it was finally declassified. But even then, like a lot of people that were there just never talked about it.
And we get into that entire story, deep dive style, in that episode, which will be coming out in an hour and some change, hour and a half, hour and 33 minutes. Real quick, Shad asks, do we have planned stretch goals after 20K? Yes, but they are mysteries that only Cat knows. So as we hit the next one, like we wanted to make sure that if we happen to, and my gosh, we did, hit certain stretch goals in a certain order that we had enough for this stream already prepped, but Cat is ready to maneuver and shift and update the next stretch goal should we crack 15K. There is one, there's a few we've designed, they are awesome. Also, I saw a question. Can you please bring back So You Haven't Read? I would love to. If there's ever time permitting, I would love to, but there is no plans as of right now. Sadly, we are. That is a series that is near and dear to my heart, and I love it as well. But we'll see what happens in the future.
We have completed another puzzle. This is a take on the Harlem Renaissance. And the first comment that we got the first time we did this puzzle, we've done a couple of these as sort of a test run. It was those aren't beans. Correct. It's very hard to do cubist beans apparently, because those two things don't. Beans are by nature round, and cubism is by its nature not round.
Here's what I'll say, or are they? Because cubism, you maneuver things through lenses. So I don't know. I think it could go anyway.
All right.
This is obviously Three Musicians or Los Tres Músicos by Picasso. And now it's the Harlem Musicians, which we've done a phenomenal episode on by Steve Van Patten. This piece is so fun. I loved it because, again, Jeff will be on here in a couple minutes to talk more about like image selection and curation. But something I'm always impressed with is his ability to like find and choose pieces of art that will feel like really cool and different every time you flip the calendar open. Yeah,
and I am currently queuing up our next one as we speak. It's one that we've actually gotten a lot of very understandable, very good feedback on. And as we're speaking, I'd just like to update that we have crossed $11,000.
Excellent.
You all are wild. For real. Like, this is, thank you all so much. This is wild.
Thank you.
That's got an underscore in it. That's cruel. All right.
Rob, has there been anything, and actually everyone who has questions, specifically history related ones, now is your time because Rob is with us. If you have questions about things in the calendar or, specifically about some stuff that we've done episodes on that with art that we've shown, now would be the time. Rob, how do I put this? When selecting essentially the dates that are sort of like the linked dates, right? The image dates that then when you pull, I go back and try to find images that will fit on a calendar from the episodes. Is there a certain methodology you look for? Are you trying to hit certain targets? Like what's your work process sort of through that?
So I'll often kind of just start with easy ones, eight per month, you multiply that by 12, that's quite a lot of dates. And sure. They can't just all be clustered up. If you have a month like I'm working on September right now, and I have 8 for September, but they're all clustered toward the middle of the month. I kind of have to eliminate a couple of them so that to spread them out, because otherwise you're just going to have everything jammed in.
It'll look real silly if it's just here, right?
Exactly.
Like not spread.
We have a gigantic spreadsheet. The stuff we used last year is laid out along the sides, so I make sure I'm not repeating myself, because that's always a possibility with me. And so yeah, it's sort of about like knocking out the easy stuff. Seeing if I think of episodes that I really liked, but maybe didn't necessarily like, are a little bit more of a deep cut. Like right. They're not one of our most popular episodes, but I think like that would be fun for people to return to, or that would be an interesting thing to link to on this day and realize like, wow, that happened today.
Yeah.
Like Westlock, like the Westlock disaster is on there. And you can kind of, some of them are like commemoration. Every once in a while, I birthdays and death days are very helpful as bailouts sometimes when I'm just like, I just have nothing for late December. Like, let me see. Like maybe someone was bored around this date. Maybe someone was died around this date who we did a series about. Those are really helpful because again, like you can't just cherry pick and be like, I'm going to do this one and this one and this one, because sometimes like I used that last year too. But I do really try and like, it would be very interesting if we put on, maybe not Pearl Harbor Day, the Pearl Harbor attack, but like the date that the decision to attack Pearl Harbor was made, and we link to that video. Because I think it is very easy to link. Like last year we did Kamehameha Day as the Kamehameha series, which, right. By the way, great time to return to that now that Chief of War is coming out. I am so unbelievably excited for it. I was in New York just now, and there were advertisements everywhere, and I was like, yay! Yeah. Jason Momoa in feather-crested helmet, yay! Mostly in Hawaiian, yay! Anyway. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of factors in deciding what goes in, what stays out.
Yeah.
And then of course, then like you do half the months you do 9 out of 12 months, and it starts to get very difficult those last 3 dates per month that you need to do, because you're like, okay, what have I not used that's going to fit here?
Yeah. No, totally.
It feels like one of the sort of like similar ideas that you're putting forward is the days. You're trying to make all of the days in between the big days interesting and important, right? Because it's there's a lot of very big days in history, but the point is that history happens on all of the ones in between those big ones too.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Real quick, I am now going to evaporate. I just wanted to say two quick things before I go and we tag Jeff in here. Rob, you're sticking around for a little bit. Will, you're here all day.
I am.
Real quick, Kirby said this and I really, really enjoyed it. Heck yeah, I just got back from lunch to see we hit the first stretch goal. Now I get to get my Zoe plush finally. The Zoe plush is waiting for you. Be sure to check which eye direction you want. There are 2 different ones. You can get a direct one or a side eye. They both are awesome. It just depends on where you're putting it in your room. Next, I just want to say before I poof out of here and high five Jeff into this, thank you all so much. Thank you very much for supporting us and believing in us and believing in this project. We love doing it. We got lots more info. We got Jeff coming up. We got Kat coming up, and stretch goals are still rolling. You again blew past everything so much quicker than last year. I was not ready for it. I'm just going to check the thing right now. We're at $11,318. That is nuts.
That's so many dollars.
An hour and 5 minutes.
35 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. You're right. Hour 35 minutes. Pardon.
Time is difficult.
Anyway,
and also a super.
It is. But no, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to see all the stretch goals you unlock, etc. I'll be hanging out in and out of chat, and I'll be around for the premiere at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard of the Westlock episode. Rob, enjoy the rest of the stream. And Jeff, are you there?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm going to poof. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Jeff, I'm going to leave you with the recap of the calendar on the half hour.
Awesome. I literally just sat down from dropping my kid off at school, so I'm not even sure where we are yet. So I'm going to live recap.
I will help.
Buckle up.
Yeah. I'll help. All right.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Pay no attention, chat. This part gets a little weird. Hey,
I'm more than a little weird.
No, that's true, but this part is like is a little less than ideal.
I know what puzzle we're doing too.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Rob. Long time no see. Let's see. Hold on. Ready? High five.
No. See, it won't. No, Jeff, don't even try. It's super hard this time. See?
Rob, there you go. Other direct. There we go. Hey, we got it. All right.
Great. So, everybody say hi to Jeff. Jeff, who are you? For the people who don't know you, who are you? What do you do?
Hey, everybody. I am Jeffrey Zadkin. I am the studio director of Extra Credits and Extra History's YouTube channels, and formerly a video game designer for a very long time, and also somebody who spent the last half year kind of helping organize the team getting this calendar made.
Excellent.
And I am so excited that it's launch day.
Yeah.
Because last year's calendar was amazing. And this year's calendar is honestly looking pretty good too. I think the last year's art was amazing. I think we might even be passing it this year. And Rob, as always, finding cool things for us to stick in the calendar. Because Rob, I hear there's more than 365 historical bits in the world.
Yeah, significantly more.
Wait, are you suggesting?
You wouldn't think so when I start having to hunt toward the end of the calendar.
Well, I'm hearing an echo for Rob. Is that just me?
That is because you two need to both deafen and mute in Ninja. So if you go down to the little bottom thing, you can click the little headphone thing and turn it off. Because we're using Discord today for reasons that I can explain later.
Well, let's see. Headphone thing?
I hear you echoing. Yeah.
Okay, so if you go down to the bottom of the little of the browser window, there's a little there's a little speaker icon, and you can just click on that to mute that, and then the echo for you should go away.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. I thought I'd muted everything. Right. I obviously had missed one.
No, it's okay. This is a lot. We've got a lot of moving pieces. So to catch you up, Jeff, yes. We started and then funded in 39 minutes. We funded 39 minutes.
Wow. Are we being overachievers? Hold on.
Well, I mean, chat was maybe bribed ever so slightly with Matt would show them the image to help them finish the puzzle if we funded, and that seemed to be of great interest because we started off with Le Chat Noir. And we've had David on to talk a little bit about the different pieces of art that he's enjoyed and all that process. And while we did that, we did the Harlem Musicians. And now we're working on this thing, which I will tell you for Freezy's chat, there's a giant mechanical skeleton in this one. This one might be my favorite piece that is in the thing.
This piece is metal.
Yeah, it's absolutely metal. To give you the briefest description, chat, this piece is of two samurai fighting a skeleton made of the weapons of the industrial age, and it is unbelievably metal. Like, it's more metal than I thought we could get with bean art, and yet somehow David just delivered. It's fantastic.
I will tell you, cool. We did a couple of iterations on this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, funny story. Actually, shall I give a big hint on this one?
Sure.
If you go to our Kickstarter page, maybe like you're pretending to do a pledge or have already done one, this might be the cover image that you see there.
Yeah. And if you'd like to participate in the puzzle, we'll get it relinked in both chats right now. This one has an underscore in it, so I have to copy it because it's annoying.
I am also excited because this is the very first Extra History stream pretty much ever. Like, we've been streaming on Extra Credits, but this channel has not gotten the love because usually we stream game stuff. And history stuff, it takes a little more prep time than the game stuff does. We don't usually do live history.
Well, and
then we did it last year.
Well, yeah, we did it on Twitch last year, but this year we're also live on the History YouTube.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that.
So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go to Extra History, you will see that there's a live marker on it where the welcome video usually is.
Yeah.
I was watching that. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, by the way, we're super lucky that Rob is in the correct time zone for all of this during this part of the year, which is one of the reasons that we get to enjoy Rob's company and get him on to answer all these questions about the calendar. Because normally, Rob and I are exactly opposite of each other. We're 12 hours apart. And so every time other than like this slice of the summer when Rob comes on for the History Kickstarter, if everyone's like, why don't you do Q&As with Rob all the time? It's because the time zones, they do not align. I hate time zones with a burning passion. But they
time's not on your side.
Correct.
No, it is.
and they just don't line up. So yeah, I did see.
Oh, go ahead.
I did see we had a question.
I will say that does. Sorry, go ahead.
I had a question specifically for Rob, which is, the bog standard fare. What's your favorite series you've worked on recently? And people are very curious, and I thought you could get a chance because we don't normally have the privilege of getting to ask you like the big extra history questions.
Yeah. Actually, it's the Westlock episode. And we did it a while ago and banked it for like several months. And I was the whole time, like every weekly meeting, all I said was like, when are you releasing that Westlock episode?
So at one point, we had a group that wanted to come in and get a bespoke sponsored episode. And we chose this as the topic. Rob, when we get asked like, hey, would you guys do an episode? We'll do a sponsorship. We'll send Rob over. We're like, hey, here's a topic. Can you come up with something interesting to kind of match this topic? And Rob got this great idea, put out a banger script. We made it. And then the sponsor poofed, which doesn't happen often, but occasionally does. So we were sitting around for a year with this episode. And as Matt and I were getting the calendar prepped, we're like, we need to make an episode to announce it. And we were like, wait, we have an episode about a thing that happened on a day that we've been trying to figure out a good use for.
I just love. Hold on. Can we just address? We have an episode about a thing that happened on a day as like the extra history motto. Can that just be the new channel motto? Is an episode about a thing on a day? That's it.
But sometimes, we have episodes about a thing that happened over a year. Over a century.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
It just
millennia.
the phrase is perfect. I love it. It's the great encapsulation.
But Rob wrote this episode a while ago, and it's one of the few episodes that we've hung on to for a long time, trying to find a really good use for.
Yeah.
And that is so unusual. It's very unusual that I'll write something and it'll take so long. That's usually like publishing.
Yeah.
The good side of YouTube is that you don't have to wait that long until it comes out.
I think the longest we've ever held an episode, by the way, was our Three Kingdoms ones, because we wrote that for the Total War Three Kingdoms games, and we had it ready, and then the game got delayed. I think it was a year and 9 months. And so we had the episode ready, and they kept delaying the game, and we made it to release with the game.
Yeah. You know what? The other thing actually is the completes. It's been really great going back and doing the completes.
Oh, yeah.
Because we often pick kind of like series that I'm very happy about, like, and having a Policing London extra history complete was just fantastic. I did really like Mutiny on the Bounty because, as I said in Lies, it really is just a perfect Venn diagram of things I'm interested in, which is like early contact stories about the Pacific and kind of crime and punishment and social structures like the Navy. And actually in college, I did a whole course called Europeans of the Pacific that was specifically about this. And then I did some coursework involving things like the cultural history of tattooing and things like. So I just had like a lot to pull on for it.
I love that course title, The Cultural History of Tattooing. Like,
well,
that's a banger course.
Actual course was called Freaks and Monsters, but it was about basically like different understandings and artistic interpretations of the human body through time. Which went through things like everything from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein to like Victorian freak shows. And it was kind of like cultural spectacles of the extraordinary body, like kind of stuff. And it was kind of understanding like how we have artistically decided to depict what is a monster or what is a different body or something like that. It was a great course. We did like a whole section of it on tattoos and like the cultural history of tattooing, and its links to the Pacific and like the fact that it doesn't necessarily really come from the Pacific. Yeah, it's that was great. McKinley is a really interesting series too. I'm happy with how it came out. He's an interesting guy, he's suddenly very relevant again. Partially, I will talk about this when we get to Lies, but two of the books that kind of brought him back to prominence in kind of the American mind were both written by Karl Rove, which is part of why he suddenly gained like a bunch of cachet among the American conservative movement. So he is this figure who is suddenly kind of top of mind for one group, specifically politically in the United States. And it's understandable why Rove would be interested in him because he does do all these innovations with kind of American political campaigns. But he's an interesting guy in that he personally is not that interesting a guy, but his times are very interesting. Though he is in a way, he's just not that. He's a little bit like Coolidge in that he's like not that dynamic a figure personally, but not necessarily like a bad person. But arguably, his effects on the world are very negative in many ways, which I think is fascinating. I think it's fascinating when people who overall just seem kind of like nice people, through perhaps not even intentionally end up doing some things that are quite negative.
Well, and
I think that is
consequences, I think, are a great theme of history.
right, and just not necessarily understanding when you are a powerful person how this thing that you're doing that you think is going to have positive consequences is going to have all these knock-on negative consequences.
Right. As a great example, leaded gasoline. There was a reason it was in there, right? It was to help prevent engine knocking, right? And the long-term consequences of leaded gasoline were broad-reaching and felt to this day throughout history. And so, but people were like trying to genuinely innovate to solve a problem and to help, reduce engine wear. Right?
Yeah, asbestos is another classic one, right? It's a fire retardant and it's supposed to keep everyone safer, and it turns out it's poisoning people.
Kind of like Victorian poison or green Victorian dresses.
Yep. Or one of your favorite, and by favorite I mean things that it comes up frequently as a thing to talk about is the Radium Girls, right? And how that's just a horror story of epic proportions, right? Unintended consequences of trying to do something to help with the war effort, and it goes poorly. Yeah,
and that is something I would love to do a series on, because it is especially the legal aspects of it are very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Actually, Rob, want to know? I don't think you've heard this stat before, because in different time zones we don't talk as much as we always. But one of the things I think is most interesting, one of the reasons I was really pushing us to do the completes, just kind of from a studio side, is for many years when we were doing YouTube, YouTube tracks the device that people watch YouTube on. And so you can look at your audience and see how do they engage with it. Do they watch it on phones? Do they watch it on computers? Do they watch it on TVs? Do they watch it on tablets? And for a long time, computer was our most viewed device. And a couple of years ago, phones passed it. And now phones account for 50% of our views. So people watch it on mobile. And this is a real change from about 3 years ago. But about 3 or 4 months ago, and I'd see the trend coming, our second most viewed device now, if you look at watch time, is actually TV. So TV is past computer. And part of it is just the fact that, everybody between consoles and TVs coming with just like YouTube built into it and Roku's and everything else. And I can tell you from video game design, which when you design a video game, what the hardware you're designing it for is very important. Like if you're playing a mobile game, people expect to play in say 2 to 3 minute segments, where if you're sitting down in your Xbox, you're probably going to play for like 45 minutes plus. So people are expecting different time investments depending on their device. The same is true when you're looking at a phone. On a phone, shorts do particularly well. People want to get that shorter content, or they're watching when they're waiting for something. If you're sitting down on TV, you're probably going to watch something that lasts longer. And us taking our, 10-minute history episodes and combining 5 of them into, say, a 50-minute one is just the way that more people are wanting to watch now, because more people are actually watching YouTube on TV. And so part of it was our studio changing with the times to help deliver people shows in the way that they actually want to see them, which is really cool. Like the fact that we shift based on audiences, and just how they consume content.
Yeah, I have so many ideas based on all the things that Jeff just said that I won't say live on air in front of the history audience, but I have ideas. Don't worry about it. Rob, I know we're gonna be doing a revolving door here in not terribly long to get Kat in to answer some Kickstarter questions. But one of the things I wanted to ask you was, how do I put this? Can you give us the date, not the event, the date that you were most pleasantly surprised to have found a cool thing for?
Ooh.
Not the event, but like just like a teaser for people who are back. I know. I'm throwing you. I'm terrible at this, by the way. I will throw people like very weird questions about the stuff they're working on.
Well, it doesn't have to be the best event, just an event. Like
an event that
I can't believe
was cool
they found something for October 31st. Nothing ever happens then.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh my gosh, what was it? I'm gonna have to open my.
Oh, the huge spreadsheet.
Yeah, you have to.
I know exactly which huge spreadsheet you're opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, which it was. I think it was for December 25th. Lots of things happen on December 5th.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, because it wasn't it. You know what? It was December 17th.
December 17th. All right.
Yeah. So that
Okay, now I want to
was yeah. So that was the Wright brothers' first flight at Kitty Hawk.
Ah.
And I had never really kind of thought of that being something that happened in kind of mid to late December.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That feels more like a spring kind of thing.
I have a child invasion. No, upstairs, please.
I know how that
Exactly.
goes.
Yeah, I always kind of thought that was a summer or fall or.
Sure.
You can bring a child on stream. It's okay.
Wow.
They're in your room.
So yeah,
They're in your
no,
room.
I think that makes a lot of sense actually.
They're in the. Okay.
One day Rob will learn to mute himself.
No, it's okay.
I cleaned the house yesterday. It was like, where's all my art supplies?
Yes, away where they belong is never the right answer for a child, because in a child's mind, it should always be where I left them. And in that way, I am incredibly childlike. I lose all my stuff every time I clean.
Well, the worst part is I ran around for no joke 45 minutes before coming on this stream because somehow in cleaning I misplaced my microphone.
Oh no! Well,
so I was like,
yeah, I'm glad. I'm very glad. Well,
I either that or it's on a relative's floor in an apartment in New York. It fell out of my backpack. But
you know that is also an option. So as our time with Rob draws near to a close, let's quick get a final recap for this time period. We've got I can actually show everybody. Oh my glob. Is this gonna break everything? No, it's not. Oh my goodness, I'm so good at this. Currently, our Kickstarter, which started today, a mere 2 hours ago, is at $11,965, which is a wild amount of support for just having started.
That means we've hit some stretch goals.
Correct. We have, in fact, hit our first stretch goal, which is that every basic calendar will come with $5, and every deluxe calendar package will come with $10 of Nebula store credits. You can get stuff in the Nebula store from your favorite educational content creators. We've got stuff there,
including us.
Yeah, including us. We've got all kinds of stuff in there that you can take a look at. I
was actually really happy to get this one because this is literally and everybody wins. Like Nebula store gets people going to it. So Nebula was like, sure, we'll give you a credit to like help promote the store. For everybody backing it, it's like, cool, I bought a calendar. Here's either $5 or $10 free just to go spend in addition to that. Like this is a nobody lose kind of thing.
It's true. Credits on your extra is in fact unbelievable. It is known. Yeah. And we're chugging ahead towards $15,000. In addition, do remember that the vote for which of these scrolling down, which of these fantastic Zoe thumbtacks will be shipped with the deluxe package. You can choose between It's Just a Bill, Shakespeare, and Hang It Around. So make sure you go, if you're a backer, you can go in and vote. And then at $15,000, I believe our stretch.
We hit our first extra research one, which is Rob has to do more work of looking up more dates that align with videos. And because let me tell you, we have a back catalog now of around 800 or 900 extra history videos plus shorts. And so part of what Rob does when he does his research is we try and align videos that we've done that have a date that happened on that day that we can basically point people to and be like, oh, on this day, you could just go watch this video. This takes work. Like, this isn't something that we just are like, oh, here it's this thing. Like, it takes a fairly encyclopedic memory and or going back to look at all of our videos to start matching these facts. Mm-hmm. And so that is one of the things. We also get to add an extra table coaster. So if you're getting the deluxe package or ordering them separately, instead of 2, you will now get 3. Get an extra phone wallpaper, an extra digital poster in the deluxe tiers. And like, it's just we like adding things in. Like, the more money we get, the more time we can spend devoted to this, and we can make everybody's school thing cooler.
Yeah. Thanks for covering, Jeff. I'm having, it wouldn't be a Kickstarter launch day if I weren't having new, fantastic, spectacular, unexpected technical difficulties. They're not affecting the stream, but they will affect us later on. So, I'm just going to power through that real quick. I believe
that doesn't sound ominous at all, Will.
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's great, Jeff. Everything's fine. I know, Rob.
Is fire reflected in your glasses?
That is, that's the Kickstarter page when it's up.
Oh, no, I was just going with the things might be on fire over.
Oh, no. Nothing quite that bad.
Let's see. Has Rob considered, when researching new videos, making an Excel sheet with events for future reference? Was a question we just got out of chat.
Oh yeah, for like future Kickstarters.
You know what? No. I mean, yes, I have considered it. No, it will not work. Because I'm on fairly even with the every other week schedule. It's a fairly tight deadline already.
It is.
I'm already pulling stuff out for, like, maybe this is a short. Maybe, I need to collect these images as reference for artists, because I also do an image gallery for every episode we do, showing what everything should look like, so that an artist doesn't use an incorrect uniform or, tank or something like that, or accidentally pick, the wrong person out of a group shot as the person we're doing the episode about, or something like that, because that's happened, so I'm already doing a lot. So also banking calendar days, and also one of the kind of remits for part of the style guide for Extra History is we're not a date heavy show. Yeah. We're not going through this happened this day, then this happened this day, then this happened this day, right? We try and keep it to generally about 1 to 2 dates per episode, or maybe 3 if it's a particular, Past to Pearl Harbor has a lot of dates in it because the timeline of things is very, very important, or something about maybe a multi-day battle. And then you also have periods of history. Someone just asked about an Ancient Egypt series. We are doing one on the Ptolemies soon. I'm reading up for that now. Actually, I took my kids to the Met, and I went to the Met when I was in New York, specifically because I wanted to see the Ptolemaic art section.
Oh, nice.
You have all the cool stuff with Greek influences getting pulled into Egyptian art. It's really neat to see. And also, daughter is very, very obsessed with Ancient Egypt currently. So it was cool to, not a lot of that stuff in Hong Kong. So it's very cool to let her go see actual mummies in the Temple of Dender and that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot already that goes on during the creation of an episode, and having another bookkeeping thing going at the same time. And I was saying, especially when you do ancient history, we just don't know when stuff happened. I started looking at
something pretty significant for them to record the date that we still remember, say 2,000 years later. I mean, we're lucky to get a year sometimes.
What was it? What, like the day that the Korean king fell off his horse?
Well, one thing that I ran into is I was like, oh, I should link our Thermopylae episode. And then I went into this whole deep dive of like, when was the battle? And you will actually, if you go on Wikipedia, for example, there is a date. That's not the real date. That's one of a number of proposed dates, all of which have problems with them.
Right. Well, especially because yeah, like isn't Thermopylae the historical record of Thermopylae is inextricably linked to a bunch of like myths and legends that the Spartans told about the Battle of Thermopylae. So like it all like the historical record gets overlaid with the mythological record, and it's just a mess.
Yeah,
it's just a mess.
We know it was like a certain amount of time after a certain feast, and when you interpret that feast to have happened, we'll shift it by like weeks or months. And then I got way into that, and then I was sitting there and just staring at my screen, and I went, I did this last year. I went through this exact same problem last year when I was trying to link it. And I went through this whole rabbit hole. And because I do this for every date on the calendar, I had just completely forgotten it, that this had consumed like hours of my time last year. And I went like, I can't believe I forgot that this happened.
Hold on. I don't think I have a
And I think I
reference
went through it when I wrote the episode too. So I'm like, this is the third time I've had this problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't the historical confusion around Thermopylae like literally all Herodotus's fault? Pretty.
Yeah, I mean it's a bunch of different things and how you interpret. And you know, Herodotus famously is called the father of history and the father of lies. Speaking of which, actually, sorry. Little, yeah.
Yep.
Sign of surgery recently. Still coughing out bandages. I've wanted to do a Herodotus series for a really long time. Actually, in general, I've wanted to do a historiography series for a long period of time because we don't. It's something you talk about when you get a history degree, but there's just not a good general understanding of the history of history.
Yes.
And the history of how we have recorded history and why we have recorded history and things like that. And you take whole courses on this when you're getting a history degree. And it's fascinating. Probably wouldn't be the biggest banger of a YouTube video, but you know, one of the famous things you get into is that Herodotus is both called the father of history and the father of lies.
Right. There were not ants the size of horses involved in one of the battles. For instance,
we did a great extra mythology about that, though.
Yeah,
you know, it's more a thing of like Herodotus is very good in the sense of saying, I went to this place and this is what the people say about this place, and I saw this thing. You know, I saw Hercules's footprint. You know, they told me this was Hercules's footprint, and I saw Hercules's footprint, and it's like this rock formation. And but then of course he's now recording like Hercules put his foot into a rock, and now there's like a footprint there.
Right.
So it's, you know, he's
more of the Hans Christian Andersen or of collecting a whole bunch of cultural things that we would now call mythology.
Right. Yeah. I may be blowing a future short here, but I came across something amazing the other day, which is there was an incident in I think it was Arizona, where a guy came into town in the 1880s and offered to, for a fee, raise the town's dead, to just have a general resurrection of everyone in the cemetery. And everyone got really excited about this, and then started to think about like, well, my wife died and was buried up there, and now I'm remarried, and if she comes back, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Or like, I inherited this farm from my father, and like, if he suddenly is back around, then what happens to this farm I now control? So they end up paying him several $1,000s not to resurrect the dead, and then he just leaves town. And I was like, this is so fantastic. I can't wait to write a short about this. And then I started digging into it, and it turns out this is part of this comes out because of the Works Progress Administration. During the Depression, the government pays artists and historians and like all of these kind of cultural figures to go do projects. And one thing they do is they send historians to all 50 states, well, all 48 states at that point, plus Puerto Rico and Alaska, but not Hawaii, interestingly. But and to get like oral folk tales and oral histories. So like this is how this story is collected, and there's a lot of doubt over whether it actually happened. But I was like, well, I could still do a short on this because it just becomes about like, here's how we know all this local history, but maybe don't actually know this local history. And they made a Twilight Zone episode about that, if that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, it does sound a lot like a StoryCorps sort of analog, right? StoryCorps is a phenomenal project where people volunteer to record firsthand accounts of life. And it's sort of very analogous to that in that there are lots of things that have been lost, kind of like we were talking earlier, right? There are the big days, right? But there's an awful lot of stuff that's still history in the middle that gets lost in recordings. Like I think I was talking with Matt about this, maybe. There's a whole thing where people used to go, where filmmakers used to travel around to towns in the Midwest and make a film with everyone in town as the cast, right? And so like for an amount of money, they would shoot a film on location with everyone in the town and then have a showing of it, and then they'd move on to the next town and do it. And that was how they made their living. But most of those films have been destroyed because they were sort of curiosities. They weren't like historical objects, but very few of them have been recovered as like these objects of this very particular interesting period in time. And I feel like if I find more info on that, Rob, I'll send it to you because I feel like that's right up your alley.
That's cool. It's like a very Music Man.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, I have confirmation that Kat is ready to go, so I think we're ready to do a changeroo. Rob, do you have any final thoughts, feelings, observations, well wishes, or messages to the audience about our fantastic Kickstarter before we let you return to your day?
Yeah, just thank you so much. I mean, we work on this very hard for a really long period of time, and whatever you're doing at Kickstarter, you're like, I'm sure this is going to go well, but you could never be like 100% sure it's going to go well. So thank you so much. It's extremely gratifying to see the appreciation and the outpouring of support. Thank you so much, really, for supporting the show and watching the show and just enjoying history with us. I wake up every day thinking about how lucky I am that I get to work on something that there's history with people who are interested in it. So thank you.
Excellent. All right, Rob, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Good to see you, Rob.
All right.
It's so fun having him actually in our time zone so we can do a stream.
Absolutely. Okay, so Kat is coming on. I forgot to ask her a very important question. As we get Kat in here. By the way, we're as predicted. I have thrown chat a wrench. You can head on over to the puzzle link if you would like to see to help out with this. This is of course our last samurai piece, which you can see over on the Kickstarter page itself. But it's two samurai fighting a giant skeleton made of the weapons of the industrial era of guns and cannons and all the other things that brought about the end of the samurai. And it's metal as heck. Oh, I love it.
It is. So this piece is, I named it The Last Samurai. It's it's an homage from a piece called Takayasha, The Witch and the Spectre Skeleton. And it's from a Yu-Gi-Oh woodblock painting from the 1840s, done by the artist Kuniyoshi. And it's illustrating a famous Japanese legend with a sorceress conjuring up a colossal skeleton to frighten a samurai. Mitsukuni, kind of blending fantasy and folklore. And I saw it and I was like, dude, that's metal. And I showed it to David, and David was like, yeah, I think I can do it. So we basically took 2 characters from our last samurai, our end of the samurai series, Saigo Takamori and his aide Beppu Shinsuke. And you notice that Takamori is in the Japanese Imperial uniform there. And that's because even though he was leading a rebellion, he said, I am still on the side of the Emperor. So he wore the Imperial uniform, even though he was fighting the Imperials. And most of his samurai stayed dressed in their samurai garb.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of guys with swords fighting a lot of guys with guns.
Yeah. All right. We have a cat. Cat, hello and welcome. There she is.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Hey.
How are you? Great queen of all things Kickstarter behind the scenes.
Stressed out. You guys are completing goals way too fast.
Well, Kat, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to tell them to slow down.
Will, by the way, I'm seeing 2 images at the bottom of our screen.
That's correct. One is you, because
Yes.
yeah, and one is Kat, and that's just how this particular thing works. Yeah.
Okay.
So where are we at right now, Kat? Can you give us a field update?
Oh, let's see here. Well, we funded, so that was fantastic. That's always awesome to get funded, and so fast. Like 40 minutes did not give me enough time to like hit the button for everybody, and then make sure everything was sent out and all the links were fine.
Okay.
And then I came back and I was like, okay, now we're updating already. So that was fantastic. We blew through our first goal, which was the Nebula store credits, which is super awesome because calendar people get $5, and then people who get the deluxe get $10, and that goes directly to our store or other stores on Nebula. But I'm just, I'm a little biased for our store because you can pick up our super awesome Worst Moms, Worst Dads and History mugs, which are a new product that we just launched like last year. So like we always have like really cool new stuff happening in the store. So if you haven't been there for a while and you have your Nebula credit, like at the end of this campaign, like I would definitely go check it out because we always got some new stuff there. And then we're approaching our goal. Let's see here, where are we at? We're at 12,428. So we're almost there.
Moving.
I know, we're almost there. And this is an exciting one because we're going to get a coaster, so a new table coaster, which, I mean, you
Coasters
can't have just 3. Yeah, and absolutely a new product, but you can't have like just 2 coasters. You got to have 3, and then hopefully we can add 4 as we move along. But I'm really excited about that, seeing the art on those coasters and then getting them to your table. And then of course,
sweet.
I know, right? They turned out so good.
The product samples for them, the product samples, we were looking at them. Kat and I were both looking, we're like, this one. Like,
yes.
we looked at all the different types, and she and I at the exact same time looking at them, we're like, yep, we see the one we want. It's the really, like, they're good looking coasters. They're thick. They're going to be fun to put on the table.
Yeah. Absolutely. They have like a nice color to them and everything. So you're not going to lose like any of the color from the artwork. Like we do a lot of research for the merchandise and stuff that we give to all of you guys out there. So we want to make sure whatever we're giving you is like a quality piece of material. Like when we're researching the calendar, like we're looking at millimeters of size of cardboard to make sure that like you have a substantial calendar on your wall. It's not like a super papery, flimsy
let me grab actually last year's one. I should be holding that. Hold on.
Yeah, because we want whatever we send out to be not just like awesome with art, but like awesome like in your hands to hold. Like it feels substantial. It looks amazing on your wall. I know for my calendar last year, I took some of the top art and I took that off the calendar, and then I framed that art there as well. Just in case anybody's interested in doing that as well with that.
Just showing off. These are big. These aren't like little calendars, and they have really good thick
stock
material, stock. There we go. So that they
absolutely.
Like, you can see I'm like holding this like this is a solid, robust the artwork looks so good. This is last year's one, so last year's art.
Yep.
But it comes out well.
Good.
The days look good.
Yeah.
Those digital files too that we have. So we have digital posters and stone wallpapers. The digital posters are meant to be sized up. Like we have them like movie size poster sizes if you guys want in there. We give you various sizes. And I've blown a couple of them up because, of course, testing. You know, we want to make sure everything we send out is amazing. And the art always just looks so fantastic. Like it blows me away.
Good work.
Yep.
Such good work. Such good work. And that skeleton, like with the gun skeleton, is one of my favorite pieces. Like, oh my gosh. As soon as I saw that, I was like, yep, we got to highlight this one first.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me look up the coasters. Somebody just asked.
Red Coyote is absolutely correct. Every calendar is like getting 12 or 13 prints. And if you compare the cost of getting 12 or 13 prints to a $24 calendar, you can see you're getting quite a deal at that rate. Even if you're not the kind of person who uses a wall calendar, just having those prints of fantastic art commissioned just for this piece is really cool. So yeah, we can see that The Last Samurai is getting close to getting wrapped up here. This is my favorite part of these puzzles, by the way. And I don't know if it comes through on the time lapses of these that we save and like I send to Kat for later. But watching all of the pieces, like everybody grabs like their piece and is trying to figure out where it is. So there's just this cloud of pieces moving over each other. And then there's always this little dance at the end where like one person knows where their piece goes, but wants very badly to be the one to finish the puzzle.
The last one.
Just like that.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the completed piece, and I will get to queuing up the next one. And Matt just said in chat that we have another person has backed at the Make Your Own History tier, which is pretty awesome. That's 2 of 8.
Goodness.
I'm super excited to see all the fun shorts that come out of that.
We had some really good choices from people who did that last year of choosing good topics. We work with them to they have some ideas. We workshop it a little bit to make sure that
absolutely
something that they're going to get what they're wanting, but it's also a thing that we think we can make for the audience. And I think they all came out well. So by the way, to answer the question, we're using something called fiberboard, which is it's a cork bottom with kind of a hard top on top of it. And it's a really good combination. Our product sampling person was looking at it and it was her choice. And she sent us videos of like her holding it and showing it off. And we were just looking at it. We're like, whoa, that looks really nice. So, and the color came out really, really well, which is something that we were really excited about because we were looking for material that would show off the color well.
Yeah.
So,
it's very substantial on the fact that like the other ones we were looking, the other ones we were looking at like bent and stuff, they were like flexible. This one's like not flexible. Like it is an actual coaster. It's not like a piece of ceramic. But it's probably the closest thing I think you could probably get to it because it feels hard on the top, like it makes a little clicky tap noise on top and then that cork on the bottom. So.
Yeah, you were just asking the printing technique, though. I don't actually know the printing technique. We just saw samples of the things printed on them. And
the finished product. Yeah, we don't always get we don't always get like intermediate information about that. We get like this is what the finished thing is. Sorry, I'm
if I knew I would tell you. I'm sorry.
What usually happens is we will, after we submit the design, then they usually send us out like one that as an actual full piece with their design on it, and then we'll probably have a little bit more information, or we'll have like a different choice between glosses or matte finishes, and then we'll make that decision then. So we can't really comment too much far into the future because we don't have those in our hands.
But one of the things too is that's one of the reasons that I love working with specialists. Like in the same way, I'm not going to try and write an extra history episode because I am not a historian. I'm also not somebody who produces physical products, but I can pick really good people who are, and who help us along the way. The same way, like, Rob is a great writer, but for this one, I hire a copy editor to look at all of the finished dates and the information before we put it in the calendar, because I'm a decent copy editor, but I'm not like an industry level one.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things actually about running a production like us is that we work with a lot of different specialists, and we're also very happy to say, we don't know enough, let's find someone who does and bring them in to make sure that it works well.
Yep.
Like, we have a part-time audio engineer who makes sure, like, Matt can do audio, but we have somebody better than Matt to actually do the audio cleanup from all his voice records. Like, I know a little bit about streaming. Will knows a lot.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun yesterday. Jeff, I don't know if you've noticed. It's really subtle, and probably nobody in either chat noticed, but it makes me happy. I have successfully found a way to govern each element of a scene individually when we do a move transition. So I can do a compound move. So stuff can come in from all of the sides as we transition between scenes. That was my project yesterday, while I was feeling a touch under the weather and recuperating my strength, because this is a very big deal today. I'm very excited about all of this. So, chat, this one is, I'll tell you for freezies, because this one is also on the Kickstarter page. This is the Princess of Paleontology. And my hint to you for everyone doing the puzzle is to not be overly sensitive to the specific colors all going together, because there are several, last time we did this, a bunch of people thought that like all of like this red or all of these parts all always went together, or all of these borders all went together, and there are several compound borders which go across the entire puzzle. So don't get too overcommitted to thinking they all go together.
And that's actually because just from like the subject matter on wait, where is Prince? There we go. Get my notes here. This was the homage for this is to a piece called Zodiac, which is an Art Nouveau piece by the Czech artist Alfonso Munch in 1896. Even though it looks like it should be something that came out like 20 or 30 years ago, this is over 125 years old. And it was actually also done as part of a calendar design. So this was originally made to be a calendar piece, and we're doing an homage to it.
On a calendar.
And it's on a calendar. And Princess of Paleontology is an episode we did about Mary Anning, who was a British lady who lived by the sea and collected fossils, and ended up being responsible through lifelong work for, as an amateur, helping discover multiple different dinosaurs based on their fossil records, including the ichthyosaur. And David Hueso, who is one of our amazing artists and did all of the calendar art, took the original piece, looked at it, and did this one as an homage.
Yes.
And which is what we've done for all of these, is we've taken famous historical artwork, done an homage to it, putting in a bean character from one of the episodes we've done, and redesigning it to fit that episode.
Yep. It is really fascinating to me how when we talk about the art, right, it is how humans have had similar ideas about art way longer than we think they have, right? Like Art Nouveau and Art Deco both they have a certain feel to them, and lots of people think that it's quite recent, but actually like it expands much further into the past. Like my favorite example of this is always the name Tiffany. Anytime you see the name Tiffany, people are like, oh, that name is too modern to show up in a thing. And that every time the name Tiffany has been in vogue and has been used as part of like modern artistic things like plays or movies or novels, people are like, wow, that name is too modern. It couldn't be from that thing that was in the past. And you can kind of go back in sort of a cyclic fashion to see that Tiffany's been around for a very long time as a name. I just find that absolutely fascinating.
It's funny, I was just, for some reason, my browser wasn't loading the puzzle. I think it was having a caching issue. So I'm now using a second browser so I can get in and do it.
David did like such detailed work in this piece. I'm still just blown away by like all of the unique skulls and the shading in every single little like circlet in this piece. It's crazy. And the seashells, like, again, another piece that I was just blown away by whenever I saw it come up. David did fantastic work on this.
Yeah, there. I skewered the name. It's Mucha.
I think
My
she was considered, what is
pronunciation
it,
is not always the best.
the mother of paleontology, I think.
Yep. And chat correctly pointed out that she is the she, and she sells seashells by the seashore.
Yes.
We are 90% sure
Absolutely.
that's true. We're not 100%, but we're 90% sure.
This is why
I'm putting on my historian hat for this part.
That's why I'm citing chat as my source, because when I cite chat as my source, I am immediately allowed to abdicate all responsibility for being wrong because it's chat. So that, you know, look,
Susie
professional
sells seashells down by the seashore.
Yep. Wow. So we are currently at $13,156. It's the bottom of the hour, so it's time for an update. If you're just joining us, we're doing a Kickstarter. We're actually doing a Kickstarter for a calendar for 2026 called History Happens
to this one?
Every Day. Correct. I'm going to bring it up here on screen. You can see it here. We funded in the first 40 minutes, and we're almost to our first stretch goal. It'll be up for the next month. Second stretch goal. Excuse me. Yes, correct. You can see that we've got 4 tiers left. We've got our save the date at $2. The calendar itself is $24. The deluxe calendar with the calendar, the Zoe thumbtack, some coasters, some postcards, some digital posters, and some digital phone wallpapers. Love those digital phone wallpapers. Is $44. And we've got another one went. We have 5 left of the Make Your Own History tier, which is a tier at which you get to work with us to make a short. So there are only 5
Your
of those.
choice on topic, but we retain editorial control. Where if you're like, I want to do it on this, and we're like, whoa, wait, not that.
Right. Yeah. Well,
we have never yet had anybody submit one that we're not like, we could do that.
Yeah. And so you can see more about it. There's also a backer vote going on right now. You can check out the 3 options for this year's thumbtack for the calendar. We have It's Just a Bill Zoe, Shakespearean Zoe, and Hanging Around History Zoe. So if you particularly like one of those, make sure you back the project and get in there and vote for your favorite, for which one will be included in those deluxe tiers. Boom. Did it. Kickstarter updated. You can see over here in the background, we're also doing a puzzle of some of the art. In fact, it's this art right here, this Princess of Paleontology art that you can see.
By the way, if you're watching, that animated GIF is, because David and I worked to get these pieces done, I collect different parts along the way where he's submitted for review, and I turn those into the animated GIFs so people can kind of see like how the actual production work goes.
It's very cool. It is a great behind the scenes, because I think a lot of people may not understand when we say that David is an illustrator, we mean that David does these in a very book illustrator style. Yeah, he draws them in that style, and it's very cool to watch David work. We've gotten in the past to see him work on these pieces live on stream, and it is a treat to watch David work.
It's really funny because like he draws a lot of obviously bean art for us, but his background is in like classical illustration. So getting to let him loose on things like this is a ton of fun, because David also in his spare time sometimes does like cards for Magic the Gathering or illustrations for or other things.
David sent Magic cards? I'm sending David Magic cards.
Wait, so he's done it for WotC. Has he done a Magic?
Now I'm gonna find out. I can find out. It's okay.
He's done stuff for. Has he done stuff for Warhammer? I don't know. He's done stuff for the gaming industry in general.
Done stuff for Shadowrun.
Yeah. Like his art is out there. You should go to his page and check him out. Like, his own personal. Because he has his art up that he's done for various places, and I mean, I go on there sometimes and just take a look and see what he's up to, because he does have such an awesome range. I mean, like you get to see the bean art that he makes in our episodes, and then the plussed up art in our calendar, and then seeing him do non-bean art is just really fun and amazing to look at.
Yeah. So here we go. This is great. Rob says that one thing is that a backer short we made for the 2025 calendar is a thing that's linked in the 2026 calendar. So if you're back at that $500 tier, there's like a non-zero chance that not only will that short be a thing that we make, right, but that also it will be a thing that might be linked in a future compilation of our work or a future Kickstarter. So that's pretty cool.
Legit. Like, so those make your own history tiers are like such an amazing tier because one, you know, you submit 3 ideas and then Rob basically picks out of there on which one, you know, he's going to do out of those. But I mean, you could have one that like goes viral, and that's like such an amazing thing to have, like the thing that you wanted to show the world go viral, get on our calendar next year. Like, what an amazing thing. Like, and again, they turned out, all of them from last year turned out amazing, like so much fun.
Indeed.
Kat, I had a question for you that I've been meaning to ask. Were there any frequently asked questions you wanted to take this time with our audience to address? Was there anything that like surprise came up that you were like, I didn't expect that to be a question, or did all of our pre-work cover all of it this time?
I think all of our pre-work covered it this time, but I would like to take a minute to talk about shipping because I know from last year, one of the biggest things was shipping, and we noted it in the bottom of last year's Kickstarter, but it wasn't enough. Like, we didn't give enough information, I feel like, and we really learned from that experience. And we ended up looking around. We were like, okay, well, we're not going to go. We're going to make sure that our European backers and people out of country are going to have way better shipping rates because we want to make sure that our calendar gets across the world. And I think on our first Kickstarter, we didn't know how much of the world was watching. Like on YouTube, you have some stats, but not in the same way that when people are actually requesting things, right? And so this year, it was one of those things that like, we weren't going to do this unless we did get better shipping rates. And luckily, Nebula came through and they got a warehouse over in the UK. So we will have batches sent directly from the UK to the European Union and outside the United States and stuff like that, as well as our warehouse in the US.
In the US.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like the UK is like $5 or something like that. And like European Union's like 13 or something. It's insanely better from last year because I really did feel bad from last year for some of the people who were surprised by the shipping rates.
No, we had it posted, but like there's so much information on our page, it was easy to miss. And
absolutely,
so this year it's a bigger graphic and better rates. And then this year we can charge it checkout, or last year it was you pledged and then later had to pay shipping, so it might come as a surprise. This year you see it all like as it happens.
Well, and that's one of the other things is that some people were a little frustrated last year by having to go to a separate area, like have a code, go to a separate area, like, and do a checkout, you know, putting all their information in there. And that's been completely removed. It's all being done through Kickstarter.
Kickstarter is a new thing we could use. So we're using it.
Yes.
Kat found it.
Yes. So I'm super excited that hopefully this is going to be so much more seamless because I know that as I was sending out emails last year, some people have their like Apple accounts or something like that connected to their Kickstarter and those messages didn't go through.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So there was like just little things here and there. And we really tried to pick the best option to make it so much easier for all of you out there. Like, we don't mind doing more work on the back end as long as like your checkout is easier and you get what you want. And we get it to you faster. And Nebula was awesome with sending out once the product actually landed in the US, they got all of their orders out in like a week, which was insane. I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to be shipping calendars. Yeah, I thought we were going to be shipping all month, honestly. But like once it actually hit land, like everybody's calendar went out to them super fast. And after that, it was like a breeze. So we are working with Nebula again for that. So once it does hit, expect your calendar very quickly because they've done an excellent job with that. I think that was the big stuff from last year that we ended up changing just to try to make this Kickstarter a little better.
The Kickstarter integration too, like I want to speak on that. Like last year, our single biggest thing was we had some people they're like, I didn't get my calendar. I didn't get the link. And we're like, it went right to your email. And like every single person who did that, we checked and they had an old email in their Kickstarter. So they were getting the email, but it was going to their old address. They weren't checking anymore because they'd like signed up for Kickstarter 6 years before or something and weren't expecting to see, they were expecting to see it in Kickstarter, not in Kickstarter to send them an email.
Yeah.
This year, because it's all happening within Kickstarter, even if they happen to have an old email on it, it's still happening within the platform. So like Kickstarter's addition to that, because like we want to get people their calendars and people would be like, 6 months ago, I thought I did the thing. And we're like, did you click your email? And they'd be like, what email? And we're like, check where you're linked on Kickstarter. And they'd be like, oh,
yeah,
my bad.
It has been a struggle with Kickstarter in the past because Kickstarter is sort of a more legacy-oriented platform, shall we say. It's been around for a hot second. I won't turn your bones into dust and remind you when Kickstarter started, but it's a while ago. So they've been on email for a real long time. So it's really nice to see that. It's also just really nice to see that we get to make all of these changes and that y'all are so here for us doing it again, right? That we get to, take a second shot at this, learn from all of the things that didn't go so well last year and make it an even better Kickstarter this year. And I think we're off to a pretty banger start, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
That's a big chunk moving into the puzzle. I do love this one just because like it's such a fun puzzle and parts of this are devilishly difficult. I'll tell you that the parts inside the big circle are subdivided into different dinosaur skulls, and it's a lot, chat. It's just a lot.
I will say when David and I were working on this, I don't think either of us were thinking puzzle. Just straight up, like we were.
Oh
like,
no, of
cool
course
art.
not. Of course not. No. And I was mentioning this earlier. All of David's art is amazing. Not all of it makes amazing puzzles because some of the things that make it amazing art don't carry through when I get it chopped up into 720 pieces and turned into a puzzle. And that's not David's fault in any way. This is me using art in ways it was never intended. But that's because I'm a gremlin. And that's what I do here.
It speaks to the transformative nature of art, Will.
Yeah, sure. Or I'm a gremlin. Or both. Both is good. I could be a gremlin.
I think both.
Yeah. Chat, now that we've got Kat around, by the way, did any of you have any questions about the Kickstarter itself, about the process, about the FAQs, about any of that stuff? Because it feels like we've done a pretty bang-up job of getting out in front of all of the potential questions.
Will, let me mention, Kat, by the way, put together our entire Kickstarter using the Kickstarter tool, made all of the artwork, and David did the art, but she then took it and transformed it into all of the things that you see when you scroll down. She and I designed the tiers, but then she's the one who went into Kickstarter and created them. So like everything you're seeing on that page is a result of Kat's hard work.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, props to you on that, Kat.
Well, thank you. It takes a bit to get it all together, but it looks nice once it's done. So
yeah, Matt and I were talking earlier about how Kat is the person without whom this would be very difficult. Kat was under the weather last year when our Kickstarter launched, and we learned exactly how much work Kat does because she wasn't around to do it, and we found out it was great. And by great, I mean
I
terrifying.
had some real crash course stuff on that.
Yeah, I felt so bad, and it was so stressful because I really wanted to be there too. But yeah, this year has gone a little bit smoother with me being able to man the ship, I imagined, for everyone.
Well, and I'm really glad that you're getting to see the really positive response from the community and the and how strongly everyone feels about it. Like, it's been really cool to see the number of people I can't even express to you who have come through chat and who have said, oh, you all are doing another Kickstarter? I love my 2025 calendar. Of course I'm going to get the 2026 calendar. and back
I
to
love
right
that
away.
so much.
Right? It's been really cool to see all of that. So
It's such like a huge labor of love too, because like this is like the most detailed calendar you can probably get, because every date is researched. There's art for different dates. Like you're never going to be, I've never seen another calendar like this ever. And I mean, it takes us, 6, 7, 8 months worth of work.
A while.
To get all this together. Yeah, it is. I mean, we start in January or before January, and we're still working after the campaign.
Yeah, we were doing the preliminary stuff in December and some of the early planning in January to be able to kick off art production in February for it.
Absolutely.
Because these pieces that David does, they're not quick. It's not like, oh, I'm going to get it done in a day or two. Like, and the fact that we have 12 different pieces means, and each one takes at least a week to do, that's 3 months of logistic planning of getting David around when he could also be doing episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then it's like, Rob's researching all the dates, and that takes a lot of time. And then Matt goes in and he looks for the specific daily happening dates, the art pieces for that. And that takes a while. And then, me and Jeff are researching the merchandise and getting samples in and checking with that stuff. And like, it's not something that like we just throw up and everything
and I get
and
to do
go
art
ta-da.
direction. I almost never get to do art direction.
yeah.
It really does. This is like a 9-month process. It really is, because once, November hits and we get the calendars out, that's when it actually is like, okay, now it's done. Because then we have to worry about shipping and making sure people have stuff.
Yep.
That's when what?
That's what we do our postmortem.
Yeah. That's true.
I did have 2 questions. Actually, 2 questions and a question that I'm pretty sure has been asked, but I may have missed it in chat. So one, could both of you talk a little bit about different formatting for the calendar, I guess, which encompasses 2 of these, because we've had people ask about starting the week on Monday, European style, and why that's not necessarily the most viable thing for this.
So a big thing is that we are a US-based company, and the majority of the people that purchase the calendar are still based out of the US. But from last year, we did hear you, and we will be including more European holidays into the calendar, because when we first made the calendar, we were like, okay, we want these American holidays, but also, like some worldwide holidays. This one here, though, we're specifically going to be looking at European holidays to add to the calendar, because there were a few that came up that people were like, hey, it's not in my calendar, that I got messages on our Kickstarter from last year. So we're hoping to add those. It is hard, though, to encompass an entire world and how everybody does things separately and differently into one calendar. So we try our best.
Yeah.
And this is like, say, a Google Calendar, which is digital, and you can be like, here are the 14 different groupings of holidays I could turn off or on, or actually probably like 400 different groupings of holidays I could turn off and on. So at a certain point, it's also just how many can we fit on without making it look silly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And we wouldn't want to make 2 different calendars, because then, again, we would have to go through the process of having 2 things made and making sure that those things were double, triple, quadruple checked. And so then it compounds our work by 2 times,
Actually, not even just that. Funny or interesting thing that if you've never done physical merchandise, you wouldn't know, and that I have learned along the way, is the more you order of a thing, the cheaper the price gets. And so, for example, 1,000 calendars, you might pay, I'm going to make up numbers here, you might pay $10 a piece for printing, but if you order 2,000, you might only pay $7 a piece for printing. If we had to print calendars with different sets of dates for different things, it would raise the price, because we'd have to do different print batches of those, and that would raise the price, and would mean we'd basically have to raise the price on all the calendars, because we're counting on being able to order a certain amount to lower the price, so that it gets us to the point where we're like, cool, we can make some money doing this, and everybody gets a neat calendar.
Yeah.
So that is one of the downsides to how printing is done.
Rob's also got a really
We
great
try.
point in chat that I just want to bring up about the dates thing. Rob correctly brings up that Buddha's birthday is a different day in China, Japan, and Southeast Asia.
Really?
Right?
Didn't
Fascinating.
know that.
This is why I love having Rob around, because we get like little fascinating historical tidbits I had no idea about. But like but that's a great point, right? And I think Jeff's point about the cost and Kat's point about the force multiplier on the effort that it takes to put this together is sort of why we can't do that. And for a similar reason, people were asking about puzzles, coloring books, and then we've gotten questions about page-a-days, and those are all roughly answered in the same way with the same sort of summation of everything that Jeff and Kat have said, which is that those are really cool ideas that add a lot more to the scope of this project than we have bandwidth for right now. I definitely hear the people who are like coloring book or a
It'd be fun to do a coloring book option at some point, and I could see us. I mean, the real way we might be able to do that is a couple of years in, going back and like taking a compilation of some of these, and also making sure that David had drawn them in such a way that we could take the color out.
Correct. Yeah, that is not always the case. And sometimes is more work. Sometimes it would involve redrawing some of these, which is a lot of time for a thing that would end up being an extra.
But yeah, those are really interesting ideas, though. Like, and I love hearing that sort of stuff because if we do a calendar next year, these are things that we can look into because coasters were not something that we thought of last year, you know, that coming into this year, we're like, hey, yeah, let's offer something new. Like, we'll always want to be trying to change something for each year, you know, that we do the calendar. So like I'm writing these down and I'll look into them for next year and we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll have to do some research on it all.
Funny story. And I'll say that this, so a shout out to Gemma, who over at Nebula is helping us with all the merchandise among the many other things she does there. We were initially thinking this year when we were thinking of the coasters, like we're going to drop the postcards and do the coasters. Like it'll be a good sub. She found us such a great price on the postcards. She found a print shop that could do them good quality postcards at such a low price that we just left them in because we'd been thinking to take them out and basically do a swap. But her procurement process was so good that we're just able to offer both.
And that's really cool when we get to take all of the things that we've learned and improve the Kickstarter over time. It's really cool to like watch this expertise get put to great use. And speaking of expertise getting put to great use, chat, where is it? Where did you? I was gonna say,
where's the last piece?
That one goes there. There it is. Okay, great.
There it is. Ooh.
All right, and this is Princess of Paleontology, and just on time. That is our last puzzle for the stream. So I hope you all have enjoyed the puzzles. We do them occasionally over on the Twitch channel. I love doing this because it is so much more fun. I think for you to get to like play with the art rather than like, I don't know how many of you see this, chat, but like sometimes an artist or a group will put out art on like social media and they're just like, all right, here's the art. And that's cool. That's great because you get to see the art, but your appreciation for it is limited to that moment, right? You scroll past, you go, oh, that's a really cool piece of art. And maybe you make it your background, or maybe you look at it for a little longer, or you retweet it, or you, repost it, or you comment under it, all of which you should do because it supports artists and you should do those things. You should engage with the algorithm to help artists you like. Cool, great, awesome. But this is such a fun, weird way to like get your hands all over the art and like mess with it that I really love. This is one of my favorite things that we've discovered to do. Just like Fossey said, you get to look deeper at the details. Yes, that is
a real appreciation of all the fine little lines that he's putting in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we go off this screen, though, we do need to do one final update on the Kickstarter. We are currently at, drum roll please, $13,815 in under 3 hours. This is wild. We've been live for 2 hours and 52 minutes. And you all have...
You're getting close to that $15,000 stretch goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is Y'all didn't even let Kat finish her morning coffee.
No, it's still here.
She hit the button, and then you all went absolutely bananas and started being incredibly generous and sharing it around. So, a reminder, if you can back and you'd like a calendar, please do that. We do still have several of the $500 make your own history tiers. We have 5 of them left.
That one, by the way, please do not pledge to that one unless that is the disposable income that you have. Buy a calendar to support us. We love you. Buy a Deluxe if the stuff interests you. Don't strain yourself on.
Don't overextend yourself on this. This is, we're always shocked that there are so many people with money that they want to throw at us for stuff like this. It's really cool. And a reminder that if money is tight right now, as we know it is for many people, one of the best things that you can do to help us out is tell people about the calendar, share the art around on social media. Those are things that really do make a noticeable impact on our ability to reach more stretch goals, provide more cool things, show off more cool art. We've got a bunch of stretch goals planned. I've seen Kat's, giant list of stretch goals throughout the campaign. Some of them are awesome. You are not going to want to miss them. So do please, even if you're not ready to back right now, click the remind me button, right? Follow the project, come back to it later, tell people about it. It's a really great way that you can help us out with everything.
Speaking of which, can we post the link to our Blue Sky post for anybody who wants to amplify?
Yes, we can absolutely do that. Let me move us to this thing. And then
the fun, everything, Zarek, that you see is done by Kat. So she took the graphic we had and added the funded in 40 minutes on top of it and put it up there. Kickstarter doesn't automatically do those.
Yeah. Let me grab that blue sky post. And I will get it into chat in all of the relevant places.
Blue sky in my head. I think there's an artist named BT in the late 90s, early 2000s that made a song called Blue Sky that still lives rent-free in my head because of the rename of the good songs too.
Yeah.
Okay, so chat, this is your last opportunity to ask questions. Otherwise, in just 5 minutes, we're going to be sending everyone over to the premiere of a brand new extra history video for the Kickstarter.
Yay.
Have
we done a premiere before, Kat?
Never. I am so excited to be doing this premiere. Okay. Everybody's going to be able to go basically from here directly into the premiere chat and talk about the episode as it's playing. And we'll be in there too. So I'm really excited to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It was a matter of time.
And will there be a link in chat? How do we?
If you are, I'll give it over to Twitch chat, and the YouTube chat will be sent there automatically. This is the first time we're doing a redirect, which is what YouTube calls a raid, except because it's YouTube, you can raid into the premiere of a video, which is really cool.
I know. That's cool. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited to be able to do this.
And if you can go ahead, Kat.
Go ahead.
No. You please.
I was gonna say, usually we keep our stuff secret, so you don't know when a video is coming. So having this come up where you see the art and everything, you're like, oh, what is this? Had a lot of questions about it, and I'm really excited to get into this.
Oh, and let's see. To support the Kickstarter, one of our shorts just went live on one of the best days in history, talking about smallpox's apocalypse.
Ooh, very nice.
No, Will, I had nothing to do with the naming of that.
Yeah, I totally believe you. As our time draws to a close, I just wanted to thank all of you all for joining us here on the History Channel for our first extra history stream. If you like the live content, if you like seeing us as this version of us and not just Beans, a reminder that we do stream over on the Extra Credits channel and over on Twitch, though most of our content there is gaming related. We do a variety of stuff. We have good conversations. You get to hang out with me and Jeff on Thursdays and talk about game design. You get to hang out with me and Matt on Mondays and talk about gaming news. We're going to be doing a special stream this Friday on gaming news because we couldn't do one yesterday because we were prepping for this. the whole week's a bit topsy-turvy, but we do want to thank all of you.
In a good way.
Yeah, it's yes, in a very good way, in a very pleasing way. But we did want to thank all of you for coming to this experiment. And if you're watching this later in the VOD, say hi in the comments. I'm sure we'd love to hear from you about this little experiment.
So once again, thank you for the amazing Kickstarter kickoff. We are super excited that we're already funded, a stretch goal in, and about to hit stretch goal 2. The Kickstarter will be going for 31 days. So please do share, tell your friends and family if you think this is the kind of thing. By the way, they make excellent gifts. I mentioned that because I actually bought a couple extra to give as gifts, and people were surprisingly enthusiastic about like getting given them. So just putting that out there, if you have people that are hard to shop for,
yeah,
this is a fun thing.
Yeah, it's a great Christmas gift, right? Because hey, it's almost the new year, and you probably don't have a calendar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and I ended up giving a lot of teachers this gift for the holiday that I knew. I was like, oh, yep, every teacher I know is going to get one of these.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
I suspect we are about to transfer.
Yes, I believe that is the case. So at 1 minute of the hour, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. We will see you all when next we see you. And if I have done everything correctly, as I end the stream, it should send all of you automatically over to the premiere of our new video. So let's hope I've done everything correctly. It'll
if not, head to Extra History's YouTube channel and watch it there.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody.
Absolutely.
Till next time.
Thanks all.
Bye.